we just get started. Thank you for making the trip, and you got to see family as well, and that's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
But thank you for
were
coming.
not my first choice.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding.
I'm no one's. But thank you so much. And like I said, off recording, congratulations on 15 months of sobriety.
Thank you so much.
That is awesome.
I'm very proud of myself, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Having me on the OnlyKings podcast.
yeah. I'm beyond excited.
I'm a fucking king.
So, how the fuck have you been? Because it's been like before the pandemic since we saw each other, right?
Years.
Yeah.
It's been literal years. I've been shitty, man. For a while there. I'm doing much better like now, very recently.
Because you look good.
Thank
like,
you.
you look very good.
It took, but again, it was before this, very shitty for years. It was probably the worst time of my life. Super fun. Highly recommend one of those. I think they make you funny. So you know, but I've been doing a lot better right now. I work I'm a caregiver, like a live-in caregiver. I work 3 12-hour shifts a week.
No fucking shit.
At a retirement home, a nursing home for elderly women with severe mental illness.
Well, that's so funny you say that because I'm a manager in a home health care company now.
Oh,
And I manage caregivers. So
damn.
that is so
Fuck?
weird.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I got a gig as a weekend / on-call manager.
Yeah, I'm weekend,
So
Friday, Saturday,
that's
Sunday.
fucking hilarious.
It's crazy, dude.
That's awesome. How long have you been fucking caregiving? That's not an easy job.
No, it's not, and not very long. Like a couple months, I think, 2 months. And I had to get like my fingerprint clearance card, and I had to get CPR, first aid certified, and all that crazy shit. It was pretty cool. I mean, I have it now, and I have my food handler's card and all this crap because I have to like make them food. And
Right.
since they're severely mentally ill, most of them aren't very good with their personal hygiene, so you have to like help them with that. Some of them are incontinent, and most of them have really severe health problems. It's hard.
So I was going to say, is a lot of dementia and Parkinson's?
Dementia, schizophrenia. Every single client has schizophrenia, yeah.
Wow.
And then there's a couple with dementia. Some of them have schizoaffective disorder, which is schizophrenia along with mood disorder, like bipolar. So, you know, sometimes they can be shitty to me because they have, like, you know, dementia. And but...
I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, no, you should because I have been traumatized at this job. Like,
Oh, hey, we're rolling the cameras, right?
Yeah.
I'm paranoid now. I am
we're
so...
recording, right? Are we live? Are we good?
We're all good.
Okay, yes, so
I
We love the
started-
paranoia. It's very, I feel
I
at home.
started everything before you guys even started technically.
Thank God.
I feel at home with the paranoia, you know?
Oh yeah, mood.
Hashtag
So they have dementia, schizophrenia,
Yeah,
and
any number of
and then what was the other part of schizophrenia you said, where it's like that with bipolar?
schizoaffective.
Schizoaffective.
Schizoaffective disorder. And there's also things like, it's just anything, it's called SMI. It's an SMI distinction, serious mental illness. And I technically am diagnosed SMI, which is what kind of got me the job, actually, because I have borderline personality disorder, which is a whole thing in and of itself. If you ever want to go on like a fucking Google or Wikipedia deep dive, read about that shit. It's weird, but I have that, and it's technically SMI because it's like like a bipolar type
So
disorder.
what's the strict like terminology for it again?
Borderline personality.
Borderline personality disorder.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very interesting. And I also have autism. So,
Fuck. Damn it. Right.
right at home. So, you know, I fit in there quite well. I can make them laugh really hard, which is my favorite part of the job. Not even in like I'm so fucking like virtuous kind of way, but just because like, dude, like, you know, like I said, like some of these ladies have fucking schizophrenia with bipolar disorder. Like I cannot imagine what their day is like. So
Right.
you know, you know, like it can be hard sometimes, but like at the end of the day, it's like you know, whatever, man. You're like 80 years old. You got the worst mental illness you can get dealt with, and you don't have any family or nothing. I'm the only person you see for like 36 straight hours. So like, you know, might as well goof around and be a fucking weirdo.
So it's in a facility.
Yes, it's like a house.
Interesting. So is it like an actual house, like a
Yes.
residential home? And the
Yes.
reason why I ask is because before I got the gig that I'm at now, I worked with this company. It's an LLC, but they get licensed through the state, and they take care of mentally ill people.
Right.
But it's not just elderly; it's like everyone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we had people that were like 18 years old, 16, 18 years
Oh, yeah.
old, going all the way up to like 70-year-old people. And yeah, I had noticed that it existed and that they bought actual residential houses
Yeah.
and put like 3 or 4 of them in there.
It's crazy.
Which is bananas to me. It's
There's-
fucking bananas.
There's 4 at our facility right now, and 5 total can be housed there. And they all have their own rooms and shit. There's like
Right.
a regular kitchen. There's
Exactly.
a garage.
It's a home,
It's
but-
a home. You have neighbors, like,
Yep.
but you're just
It's fucking wild.
wearing scrubs. Yeah, it's very wild. It's pretty wild. It
Yeah.
can be hard.
So is the company you work with, is it specifically elderly women?
No,
or
elderly people.
Elderly just
my
in general?
house is specifically
all women?
And I could pick up shifts at other houses that have like male clients, or
Mm-hmm.
there are no co-ed ones just because that's too hard to do.
Yeah.
So like we're good with that, I think. But like in my training, I had to learn like, hey, if you walk in on 2 of them fucking, just let them at it. Just let them
Yeah, no, it's so funny.
Leave 'em
like-
alone.
no, it's
It's
funny.
like, hey man, all right.
No, it's funny you say that because like with that first company that I was at, I was there from.
They get frisky, dude.
Yeah, well, so these people, they didn't fuck each other, but there were a lot of them that were like chronic masturbators.
Oh yeah.
And like, okay, oh god. So I worked at this place from March of 2021 until like August, September. So it wasn't very long. I did not
Okay.
last long. I was not built for that kind
Dude,
of fucking.
I don't think I am.
I'm not that guy. I'm gonna be real. Like I
not
had,
this girl, dude.
yeah, I had a fine time being a manager. Granted, my higher management were a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
idiots, just numbskulls. But like,
Aren't they always?
yeah. But like, these guys were special though. Like they
Okay.
were like a new grade of stupid. Like
Right.
like ignoramus.
Oh yeah, no. When I was in Teen Challenge, I felt very much flame.
Yeah.
You're gonna bleep that out. They're gonna find you.
So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so working with that company, like the types of policies that they had. Now, granted, these were never like written things. You're not gonna write this shit down, but it was like, hey, if you walk in on a dude jerking off, fucking his like literally fucking his mattress,
You just walk away.
you gotta let that shit write
Yep.
itself out.
You just walk away.
No,
Come back later.
no spray bottle, no throwing a pillow at him. He's gotta let that shit right
Yeah,
out. and you
Don't
move
fuck
on.
it up, dude.
Yeah.
He might be. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna scrap that bit.
Well, no, because it's so fucked. It was
Just go for it.
No, it was so fucked because there was one time when I was in this house. I'm not gonna use names, obviously, because I want a sliver of respect for this. But like, we were in this. I was a house manager, right? And I had 2 by the end of my job, 3 houses I was managing, and each one had their respective clients, obviously. And the typical caregivers that were there,
Yeah.
none of them were living. But granted, by the end of my time there, we were so short staffed that these people were pulling like 36 hours straight.
Yeah, like none of us are living either, but we do like 12 hours
Yeah,
at a time.
it's
typically.
ridiculous. And so every Friday was a day for this PT to show up at this house.
Ours is Tuesday.
And so I show up, PT shows up, we walk in and we talk to the caregiver and we're like, hey man, is dude in his room? And he goes, yeah. and I'm like, what? Like, he's not a timid guy. So I'm like, what's up, man? Like, dude, what's up? And he goes, give it a minute. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand right here. And the PT's like, no, like, the appointment's at 1. I have to be somewhere else at 2. We got to, like, get this going. And I'm like,
Okay, you want to go get him?
yeah, but this PT had worked with the client for like a year or so. So I'm like, bro, like let it. You can take 15 minutes. We
Yeah.
can have a smoke.
It's not gonna be that long.
Yeah, I'll
Come
throw
on.
some chew in. Like we'll be
Yeah,
fine
this isn't
here.
porn.
But he fucking I'm like right behind him, right? He opens the door, and this motherfucker, he's under the covers, right?
Oh.
But he's like this, and his fucking knee is like, he's like spread eagle, knee cocked up. He makes eye contact with the PT and just,
Jeez. He deserved that.
oh yeah, just
He
you
deserved
see
that
the
eye
blanket
contact.
going up and down, and the PT was like a deer in the headlights. I'm like, what did you like? We walked out, went
It's
to
all right,
like the common area. Like, dude, what did you expect? Did you he's doing pottery in there?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did you expect? But yeah, just shit like that. And then like, I remember I had to go grab my final paycheck. And talking about another fucked up story. And this,
Okay.
and if they would have gotten caught with this, and Department of Health would have found out, they would have gotten fucked up.
Shut
like,
the fuck down.
Like probably shut down, but definitely fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go get my final paycheck. And I ran into one of the caregivers. I was leaving the office, and we kind of struck a conversation, and we were talking about what was going on at this different house, one that I didn't manage, but it was one that I dreaded going to. I fucking dreaded going to
That's
this
the
house.
one I work at.
Yeah. And so apparently this client, again, who was a chronic fucking master, like to the point where it was in his plan of care and shit.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah.
Yeah.
There are those people.
So
That's why I was like, don't put me in a men's house.
for whatever reason, the house manager obviously fucked it up because you got to manage the house, you got to know what's going on there, and then the what's it called? The regular caregivers over there, they fucked this up because obviously they weren't keeping tabs on people at fucking
Clearly.
all. So there was a dude in there who had like a super messy room, like always messy, like never picked it up.
Yeah.
Caregivers never helped. Like it was like Hoarders, like an episode of Hoarders,
geez,
right? Like stack, like I remember going in there one time, like there's like stack of PlayStation 2 games, stacks of fucking books and just trash and just shit, right? So apparently, because we had gone through an audit and that house didn't get chosen, thank God for them. I didn't get chosen, but then they were going to end up doing a second audit and they got chosen.
Good.
So they were going through and they were trying to pick up the house, put it together a little bit, and they found water bottles that were like
I don't think
a
you need to
third
finish that sentence. I think
to
you're I think you're okay.
halfway
I think you can stop there,
full.
bud. I think you can stop right there,
Of
bud.
yeah,
I think we're good.
mm-hmm.
We get the picture.
We picking up.
Yeah, no.
What I'm putting
yeah,
down.
no, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Come. Where did you find that?
Ugh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is this? The Fresh and Fit podcast?
Is that oh no, the little sound thing has fucking sound effects though. I found that out like a month ago.
Isn't that the point?
Did you know that? No, where did you
No.
play that sound from?
The internet.
No.
It's a button.
I love it.
23,592 users favorite this sound button.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm done with that.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there
It's
was
over.
there was that happening, and that company was just, I mean, just beyond fucked. I'm very glad that I'm gone now. Anyway, so where you're working now, it's so you actually do live in and shit.
Yes,
That's
kind
wild.
of. It's not like I don't spend the night there. I could, I suppose. But like, so I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, and then the night shift lady comes and relieves me. Her name is Rose. She's cool as fuck. And she works 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So she's the only person I see, the only other sane person I see for like 36 hours at a time. And we have a lot of ladies who are like have that same problem with like the really messy rooms or like just smelling like urine all the time
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But our company's policy is to give them as much independence as possible, which I agree with to a point. But it's like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these women have like phobias of water. A lot of them have, you know, paranoid schizophrenia. So they will not let us in their room to clean their room. We're not allowed to touch their things because, you know, we're not allowed to touch their things. They have their own independence and stuff. But it can be really hard, like, walking that line. Because it's like, damn, dude, like, this lady reeks. She pissed her bed last night, and, like, I can't go in there and strip her bed and clean it.
Right.
Like, I have to help her do it or, like, ask her if I can. Like, and, you know, if she's having an episode, she'll be like, no, it's fine. Don't touch my shit.
Yeah.
You know? And then it's like, it makes me wonder sometimes, like, what, like, because I know that there's, like, you know, that line of, like, autonomy that a human being, the average human, has. But at what point do you have to consider that autonomy kind of revoked? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
at what point, like, if you cannot be trusted to bathe yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't seem like as big of a problem as it is when you are elderly and
Yeah.
don't move a lot and don't have a great diet
Yeah.
and smoke and stuff, like, you need to be cleaning yourself. You have to be brushing your teeth. You have to be doing these things. Like, it's not an option. It's not like, oh, if you feel like it, you can do it. Like, you have to. I'm sorry. It's how it is to be alive, unfortunately.
It's interesting you
You
bring
wipe
that.
your ass, you know. You gotta do it all.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up with like what level of autonomy are you allowing until it's
Yeah.
like someone needs to say something
Yeah.
and step in or almost take control, because like a lot of I'm sure you deal with that too. A lot of the clients that I have at the company I work at now, they're not their own guardian. Like they
Yeah.
have a conservator, they have
Yeah,
an assigned
me too.
guardian. You know what I mean?
Or like a caretaker, or like someone who does their care plan, or like whatever it is.
Right. Yeah. Like
Case
a
manager.
like a power of attorney or
Yeah.
some shit. Yeah. Well, there's a case manager, but then there's like actually somebody where like they step in to say this is what's going to happen, and then they like the person in question has to follow
I
it.
see. For a lot of our clients, it's like their families are
Yeah.
technically their powers of attorney, and none of them really talk to the clients much. So
It's sad.
yeah, but
It's super fucked.
makes sense. But it's like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, like, oh, like,
Well, it's fucked because like there's a client that we have, and I'll tell you the last name when we get off of this because
Okay.
of like legal
Yeah, HIPAA,
reasons.
right.
Not even HIPAA, like
other legal
going to
reasons.
court reasons. I can't say who it is.
oh, that sounds
Cheney.
fun.
Huh?
What?
No,
It's not Dick Cheney's.
it's a big family here in Albuquerque. We
Mm.
take care of one of their people, and the how do I say as vague as possible? The children are now taking each other back to court because they're fighting over the money and shit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And one of them is a conservator / guardian, and like the level of authority that they have over this person's life is insane, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Like
and
Brittany.
Exactly. Like I get it in this case because this person's super elderly, can't really
Yeah.
make their own decision. These things need to happen,
Yeah.
and also the person in question, on the other end of all this, is probably a legitimate sociopath. Absolutely crazy.
You have to be rich, I think.
These or money makes you that way.
Yeah, I
because
think
these
it does.
these people are fucking wild, and
Because you can't get that much money without exploiting other people.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what level you're okay with doing that.
and
how much
just
money you make.
I'm not the case
Looking
manager.
at you, Jeff Bezos. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking hate you.
But watching these people, like, I'm not the care manager, thank God. I'm
Yeah.
not a care manager. I'm just the guy that like hands the football off during the weekends. But
Yes.
like watching these people go at it,
Yeah.
and like from the sidelines is ridiculous.
Wild.
It is
Wild.
not.
I cannot imagine. That's why I was like, please don't put me in a male house. Please don't do that. I don't.
You guys need to watch this.
I've seen enough come.
I care a lot.
I
So-
love this lady.
The premise of this movie basically is this lady, she is the power of attorney for like a metric fuckload of old people. But how she does it is she's friends with the doctor, and like she gets the doctor to sign off that they're medically incapable of like taking care of themselves. They come in, take them to a home, and then she comes in with her team, and they fucking like sell everything in their house as an estate sale. And that's how they make all their money. It's really
I
fucking
love
good.
Rosamund Pike. Have you seen
There's a
Gone Girl?
twist-
Yeah, Gone Girl's
Yeah,
fantastic.
there's a
Yes.
twist
The
in it.
book is
There's a twist in
amazing.
it that's fucking, it's awesome. So you guys just
Okay, I'll add that
watch
to
it.
my list.
And that's a Netflix
yeah,
movie, I'm
it's on
assuming.
Netflix. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Netflix.
Jeez.
So yeah, give it a watch. It's fucking good.
That sounds
It's like-
amazing. I love Rosamund Pike, so
As far as twisty movies go that are like
No,
fucking funny, but
I
like
care a
also
lot.
good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. So, because I want to pick your brain a little bit, just because, like, from my perspective as a manager, like, what would make your life easier, legitimately? Like, what do you think would make it? Because, like, I try to like, it's fucked because like a mixture of like the culture that's been created at the company that I'm at with the caregivers, and then a mixture of just the pandemic
Yeah.
insanity has made things really challenging, right?
yeah.
And
Yes.
one thing that I'm super big on that I'm trying to avoid, but it's often hard to because of the labor force just not being there, is
Yeah.
caregiver burnout.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want these
I'm
fucking
experiencing
people
that bad.
like, because like on one hand, it's like we need to get shifts filled, or my stupid ass has to go, or some other manager,
Yeah.
or the company lose money,
Yeah.
right? And then these people go without care.
Because at the
and
end of the
so-
day, it's a business.
Yeah, and it's always
Unfortunately.
yeah, and it's always the same handful of caregivers picking up shifts. But then when you look at their calendar, and it's like, this person has worked for the last 13 days straight.
Yeah, they have no autonomy essentially. They don't
Exactly.
have a life
Like
outside of this.
there's some caregivers who like literally all they want to do is just make a shit ton of money. And so
Yeah.
for those people, I don't feel bad. I'm like, yeah, you want
we
it?
have a couple of those too.
Yeah,
like,
like
yeah,
you-
take my shift. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you want it? I'll give it to you. That's
But,
awesome.
I care a lot, and I can't turn it off. Unfortunately, like the movie, I care a lot. But I actually do is the problem, and it's a problem actually, like a genuine problem. Like I should not be personalizing this. I shouldn't be taking anything that happens personally. But there's also again like that fine line of like, okay, well, am I just sensitive and taking this personally, or is this a genuine issue that like needs to be addressed? Like I don't think some of these women are capable of taking care of themselves, and I am not allowed to do it for them. So
well, it's interesting you bring that up, like taking things personally and making things,
Yeah.
making it personal, being because you're a personable person.
yeah,
It's just like,
I'm a delight.
well, because like our policy that we have to tell them is like, there has to be a professional relationship going on between caregiver and client, which makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Which makes perfect
It
sense.
does. There has to be a boundary there.
But then, like, what I also try to make apparent to some of these people, like my other management and just people that I work with, is like, you know, yes, we can make things as professional as humanly possible, but at the end of the day, some of these caregivers are quite literally doing live-in.
We are
Like,
their family.
Like they are some of the only people that they see, and like we have living caregivers that will stay there 3, 4, 5 days at a time.
And yeah, and these people are, dude, they are at the end of their life. Like the people that I care for, like they are not, their families don't speak with them. They're not getting married. They don't have, you know what I'm saying?
They're in God's
like,
waiting room.
Like, come on, dude. Like, why the fuck can't I be kind for no reason? Like, my house is pretty chill about it. Like, for Valentine's Day, I brought the ladies just like a cheap $5 bouquet of flowers, and I brought them all a chocolate bar because it's Valentine's Day. And you're 79 years old with schizoaffective disorder, so you get a fucking chocolate bar from me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how could, and like, but in some policies, like company policies, that would be considered absolutely unacceptable. That wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I get it, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna be kind to these people when I can. Like, that's what I personally believe. That's like one of my values is kindness. Like, and it's free to give. And it can, like, change somebody's life. Like, just laughing more can, you know, add years to your life. Just laughing. Yeah. And, like, you know, like, come on. Like, what is the problem with making them happy? I don't understand. But to answer your question about what would help me is, like, a nurse. Like, a nurse there who could do some of the things, like administer medication, for example. Or even if, because, like, I do everything. I administer the medication. I run group therapy. I cook the meals. I clean the house. Like, I do everything. And it's like, it would be cool if not another caregiver, but someone whose, like, sole purpose is, okay, I'm here to do therapy today, or, like, whatever it is. Because then I have to turn around and take notes on all of that and submit those notes at the end of the day. And it's like, I don't think that it's fair to expect that of one person and then also expect, like, my highest level of care for these people. And at the end of the day, wouldn't you care more about the level of care these people are getting than anything else? Right? Like...
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
But they don't, because they care about the money. That's what they care about, which again makes sense. But it's like, you know.
So that was gonna be one of my questions. Is so the company you work for, is it funded by the state? Do they get state funding, or is it private pay?
It might be private pay. Can I say the company I work for? Probably.
You can if it's up to you.
Yeah, I can. It's Foundation for Senior Living, and it's just in Arizona. It's like it's really cool. Like, a lot of their employees, especially in corporate, have been there for like 25 plus years. Like, they pay really well. Well, they pay okay. They could pay more. Like, I'm thinking, you know, I get paid like $15 an hour. But
that's more than my fucking company pays. Damn.
Yeah, but which is that's a good amount of money after taxes. It's about like $13 an hour is what I bring home. But I'm there for 12 hours and I do everything. Mm-hmm. So give me $20 an hour or something, like, you know, like, Jesus Christ. And they have, like, benefits. They got good benefits. They have healthcare. They have vision, dental, all that shit. 401k. Well, the caregiver equivalent of 403b. You know, so it's fine. But, like, there's so few caregivers. Because nobody is working. Yeah. Which makes sense. Also, healthcare is probably one of the worst places to work. Because, like, you know, again, these people have poor hygiene, and there is a pandemic, and that house has already had COVID. I've had COVID twice. I just recently, like this past weekend, got so sick I couldn't keep water down. Like, it was so bad. I had a fever, and it was only for like 2 days, and now I'm fine. But I was like, damn, like, I was at work, and I got it, and I was like, I have to go home. I'm vomiting. Like, I need to go home. And she was like, well, you're going to have, my manager, she was like, you're going to have to wait because I don't have anyone to cover your shift. Like, can you wait? And I was like, sure, but, like, aren't you worried that you're exposing these elderly women to this virus or whatever the fuck I have? Like, I have to give them their meds. I have to cook them food. Like, I'm not comfortable doing that. Like, and she did get someone else to cover my shift, so, like, you know, everything was fine. But then when I called out the next day, it was a big problem, and I was like, I'm not coming in.
Yeah, and
I'm ill.
Yeah, and so
I can't come in.
That's where I run into a problem as well. Like, because now with the CDC guidelines and, like, just how insane everything is. Like, so when we have
5 days, you're fine. Yeah. Shut up.
Well, like, when everything, when
Suck
people,
it up, pussy.
When people call out for COVID,
5-second rule's been doubled.
Yeah. bro. What are you, a
Um,
pussy?
yeah, when people call out, like, it's hard because I want to believe that it's a case like yours, right?
She didn't believe me.
Well, see,
I
exactly.
was like, dude, I swear to God, like I'm not, because I would in the past just fucking call out, not for this company, but like way before the pandemic and during my, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll call out of retail. I don't give a fuck. I hope you guys burn. I hope somebody sets fire to your fucking store. But like now it's like I know my absence is like felt. Like I know that they need me there, and I'm sorry, but like I can't come in.
Yeah.
Like even if I could, like I don't want to. Like I don't feel good. Like I don't feel good, bro.
Yeah.
All I want to do is lay down and drink water and then throw it up later. Like that's all I want to do. Yeah, she didn't believe me.
Yeah, it's fucking tough, and I'd say most of the time I give the benefit of the doubt. I was like, yeah, they're probably fucking sick. This is the right thing to do.
If it's a pattern though.
But exactly, then patterns starting to come into play, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, okay, you're calling out, but like I have no. Like, there are more times often than not where I've got fucking nobody.
Yeah.
And then we go back on what I was saying a little earlier. It's like I gotta fucking ask these people who have been working or whatever it is to get them to go to work, and then I'm trying to prevent caregiver burnout, but then nobody.
But
I
don't
feel
have that big of a pool to pick from.
Exactly, and I feel like nobody else in my management team really gives a fuck about that. They just want to fill the shifts, which I get. That's our job.
Yeah,
I get that, but it's like.
But you personalize it. You care.
Yeah, because it's like
it's hard.
Because it's like for me, I'm not the dude to be caregiving. I'm not the guy.
I'm not either, bro. I'm not either, bro. I just realized that. I was
How did you wind up doing it?
I needed a job when I graduated from rehab, and they wouldn't even like while I was in there, dude. I was in a cult for a year, literally a cult. And I'll say it too. I don't give a fuck, you motherfuckers. Like, dude, it was bad. Like, I couldn't have my phone. I couldn't have any contact with the outside world. We were in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. Don't get me wrong, they instilled some good habits, taught me a lot. They kept me sober for a year. I would not be alive without them. Okay.
This is the rehab facility.
Credit where it's due. But they also kind of brainwash you and just force you to work, and you work for free because you're not funded by the state. And since you're a religious institution, they can do whatever they want, and they can ask for your tax returns, and they can do all kinds of weird, shady shit. And I don't know where all the money's going, but it's not my business. So, like, I almost got kicked out several times because I'd be like, where the fuck is all of the money I've given you? Where is it? I want to know where the fuck that money went, dude. I gave you guys, like, my family's giving you, like, over $20,000 in a year. Where the fuck? Why are you still doing this goddamn fundraiser? How much money do you need? Like, for real, how much do you need?
Me at the Catholic Church.
For real.
Where's the money?
Pedophilia is free. You don't need money for that shit. You shouldn't get money for that shit. Fuck you.
As funny as the pedophile stigma is to make fun of with the Catholics, my favorite representation of the Catholic Church will always be the South Park episode where it's ran by that giant spider. That is my favorite, where they all go to the Vatican, and there's the one, people who haven't watched it, there's the one priest who's not a pedophile, he's from South Park, and he's like, I just want to teach the word of the Lord, and I want to help people live good lives, and he goes, we shouldn't be like fucking little kids, and they're like, rah, 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 and we will consult the fucking whatever they call him, like the Holy One.
Pope.
Or something, and then the building cracks open, and the giant spider comes down.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my word. Okay, so
that's funny.
So when you started there, what was walk me through like the process of
how do you get into rehab?
Like, going to rehab. We can start there too.
You do a lot of drugs, Noah. And then your family tells you to please stop, they love you. And then you have to go to rehab a couple times usually.
We can start there for sure.
No, it's wherever you want.
Where did that that begin? Like, how did that start for you?
How did what start?
The drugs.
In high school. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, okay, so the thing about trauma is that, like, you, even if it happens to you and you, like, remember it very clearly and everyone around you will be like, yeah, that's what happened. You still are like, but did that really happen? I'm probably making it up. It wasn't that bad. But I started taking Adderall and Vyvanse in high school to do my fucking homework and to do other people's homework for money and to pass tests and shit, like, whatever. It was fun. I liked the way it made me feel. And then I met somebody who I don't know if I can name, but I don't think I will. Is
it someone that we went to school with?
Yes. You probably know who they are, but
I have a couple names in my head.
Yeah, and I just, I don't know how they're doing.
Yeah,
so
let's not. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, I don't really want to because I don't know how they're doing. I hope they're doing okay. And they're not a bad person, by the way. But like,
you can type out the name and show me.
Sure.
I'm just curious
but
now. I gotta be honest.
There were quite a few people who just like used drugs at me. Like, everybody smoked weed or like whatever.
Yeah.
But
okay, can I get you a sidebar real quick?
Yeah.
So that's what I figured.
Yeah.
So, okay, so sidebar, right?
Yeah.
I went my entire time there. I went 5.5 years without getting drug tested. Without getting.
Sorry, I know I've done that like 4 times.
Sounds so funny.
That's what high school sounded like.
Just like thinking Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
But I went 5.5 years at that school, never getting drug tested once.
Me neither. I don't even think they had drug tests. I never got
drug tested. So at the very end,
I'm putting my legs over
of my time there. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah. So when I was at my last semester there, I was a sophomore in college. I remember we had gotten done with the fucking parade, right? And randomly, the commandant and the DCO come up to me, and they were like, "All right, Mr. Vargas, you're gonna get drug tested this morning. Yeah, you can get drug tested." And I looked at him and I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah, you're getting drug tested." And I was like,
"Okay.
How do I get drug tested?"
Yeah,
and they
where do I go?
And they look at me all weird, and I'm like, "How do I get, sir? How do I get drug
Walk
tested?"
me through it,
right?
Huh?
And the DCO looks great guy. He looks at me and he goes, "Son, have you never been drug tested here?" I'm like, I'm gonna be dead honest with you.
Nope.
I've been here for 5.5
Not
years.
once.
I have never been drug
Dude,
tested.
I walked into class reeking of weed multiple times a day. We wore wool jackets, bro. That shit, I smelled like cigarettes and weed, and that's it.
And
that was my perfume, my fragrance.
They
And no one said a word.
Yeah, they just looked at me and they were like,
years.
"Huh?
What do you mean? We're so good at this.
Yeah."
We're
So yeah, I never got fucking drug tested at that school, which I think is hilarious. But
I never did either.
But it was
I should have been. Bro.
Well, because what I thought was bullshit about that place is they said that the drug testing was random, but when you look at the dude who's been drug tested 7 times in a semester, it's different. Yes, literally, they're getting all the black kids like 7 times in a semester.
Yeah. Well, and I okay, and then the reason I'm like about to jump to defend him, but like the reason that I got told, because I asked, I was like, why are you only drug testing black people? That seems kind of fucking racist.
Who did you ask?
I can't remember. I want to say I brought it up to Cheney, and I was
God
like, this is kind of fucking bullshit, right? And he's like, yeah, that's kind of bullshit. You're the only one who's going to say anything, so if anyone's going to say it, you're going to say it, and it should be soon, because, you can't sit with that all the time. And I was like, all right, fuck. So I can't remember who it was. I think it was a TLA or something, and I asked to talk to some fucking person. I don't even remember their names. Their faces in my memory are just like, those like the scary illustrations where they're like scratched out like that. That's what my memories look like. So I don't know who I talked to, but like I remember being like, why do you guys only drug test black people? That seems kind of weird, right? Like, and first they were like, well, how could you know that? You're not, you don't have access to those records. Like, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know we're officially racist.
Yeah. Officially on the books, we're racist, but you wouldn't know that. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, it's just seems kind of weird. And they were like, well, no, the athletes get drug tested more frequently because they're athletes. And I was like, still racist.
So again, I forget.
Doesn't change anything.
Who did we have on where I brought that up, where it was like in NIMI code and NIMI speak, when you hear someone say athlete, it's code for black guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's racist.
It's
racist.
But it's true,
It's absolutely what it was.
That's what they meant. Who are we talking to about that?
I honestly don't even remember.
I can't remember who the fuck. That's gonna bug me all night. But whenever you say athlete at that school, it always meant the black kids.
But I was still like, that's still kind of racist. Because remember, I was the most annoying bitch in the world in high school. If I didn't like you, you knew it, and I would tell you, and it didn't even matter. But like, so I was like, I'm not afraid of this dude. So I'm like, that's still kind of. Do you not see how that's also kind of racist? Being like, I'm like, why do you only drug test black people? And then you're like, oh, no, honey, they're athletes. It's just the athletes. Well, it's like, fine.
That sounds like Villanueva.
And it's like it does, or Lueres.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I fucking hated Villanueva, dude.
I hated all of them except for Mace, and then he became the chaplain. so he wasn't even a TL anymore.
Yeah, Mace was dope. I remember. Well, I will say this though. Like,
the new Lima guy, whoever he was, what was his name?
I
The
don't
white guy?
remember.
He was nice. I liked him.
But like on like a devil's advocate kind of thing, I get why athletes have to get drug tested
I
because they're
do
playing
too.
sports. But like,
But that's what I'm saying.
when
Isn't
it's
that kinda
only
convenient?
when it's
Isn't that
only
convenient?
them though, and then it's like the couple of problem kids here and there.
Yeah, and I was a problem kid. You just couldn't tell. So, but I'm pretty sure you could tell. Like when you're on meth, it's pretty hard to not. You know what I mean? Like, hey Riley, I've noticed you've recently lost like 50 pounds of body mass. Are you good? Are you fine? But no, instead it was just like no one even noticed. You know?
Yeah, it's all that PT, and just
Yeah, dude, I'm just
shredding weight.
going
Those
hard.
cadet PT coaches are really doing their
Yeah, bro.
jobs, man.
Yeah, dog.
yeah, the chow hall meals, really good for you.
Yeah, dude, I'm just bulking. Don't mind me.
You know what? Okay, it's funny thing about chow hall food. You know what I think about sometimes that
I crave those eggs.
they cut it off They cut it off like our junior year.
crave them.
Okay.
The liquid eggs.
I crave
let's
those
say
eggs.
They never
Those
even fully
on a
cooked
daily
ever.
basis. Yeah, I
The
crave
worst.
them.
The liquid was better than the fucking powder, though. I think that's undisputable.
No, I'm craving the powder eggs. The powder.
The
That's-
SpongeBob looking eggs.
Yeah, with Tabasco all over. That's what I want in the morning.
Oh,
The
but
only thing
it was
that'll
like our
satisfy me.
junior year. They stopped making them. Remember when they used to make the circular fucking one-piece pizzas? Do you remember that? And they would make those on like Wednesdays, and then whenever the Super Bowl happened, there'd be like masses of them for the Super Bowl.
Oh yes.
Those
Wow.
those were
The
fuck.
cardboard pizza.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
bomb.
but sometimes if
No,
you got
always cardboard,
No,
but good
there
cardboard.
were a couple times when I got the right ones.
No, it's okay. You can
Oh.
just admit you like cardboard.
Sorry, you want to know the biggest scam though? Speaking of pizza, was the fucking pizza at the PX.
Oh yeah,
I got
garbage.
the breakfast burritos from there, bro. I don't think I ever got the pizza.
Burritos were great.
Burritos were
Pizza
good.
was
The
the
pizza
worst.
was pretty good.
Literally the worst.
Biggest scam ever.
Like
I don't
Biggest
think I ever
scam.
got a pizza.
like
from the PX.
imagine the most uncooked cooked dough.
Oh.
That was like
Thin as fuck. I don't know how,
Porous
I don't know how you
almost.
uncook thin dough, but like they did it.
yeah, it was so bad. Oh my! I forgot about the PX
That's
pizza.
weird. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, because when you're first showing up and you're just young and
Yeah,
stupid,
naive.
you're like $5
Stars in
for
your
a
eyes.
whole pizza?
Yeah.
$5? What does that mean?
Hey, I mean, did you get your $5 worth?
no.
Okay.
No.
Well, maybe Little Caesars next time then, eh?
Oh yeah. But anyway, I remember getting like that pizza from the mess hall, and then because I was so fucking unhealthy, getting a giant salad bowl and
Full
just
of
filling
ranch.
it with ranch and just.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
me. I would wake up early on Wednesdays just to have biscuits and gravy, and I would have like 5 bowls of those bitches.
Mood. Yeah.
Favorite meal though was the pork chop with cherry sauce.
Pork chops make me want to kill myself. So thanks for bringing that
Pork
up.
chop with cherry
You don't remember that
The
shit?
cranberry sauce.
Whatever the
No, like
fuck
I
it
can
was.
appreciate. I like pineapple on my pizza, so I can appreciate the
effort,
flavor combo.
The try. It was a
the
good
flavor
try,
combo
but
there.
it was like a thin piece of like pork chop, dry as fuck, and they put some weird cranberry cherry fucking red
So
sauce
I
on
remember
top.
dry, thin mystery meat. I remember
that,
that. I
too.
remember the Christmas
Wouldn't eat
fish
that.
too. Remember
Christmas
the
fish.
Christmas fish that was like weirdly spicy, but like my bowels just evacuated 30 minutes later. Dude, I have never sped walked so fast as when leaving the mess hall, and then like I'm just hanging out with my buddies. We're walking, and then my stomach just kind of like makes a hard left turn.
And you're like, hup.
And it was like, oh, if I don't go
Gotta
to
go.
the college bathroom now, I'm going to shit myself.
Are you on TikTok at all?
No.
Okay, there's this one TikToker who drinks whole bottles of magnesium citrate and then works out.
Fuck.
And it's just, let's see how long it takes me after drinking this entire bottle of magnesium citrate to shit my pants at the gym.
They infused the Christmas fish with that because
Magnesium
like
citrate.
the pucker factor was insane. I gotta say. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so back to more fun times at the institution.
Oh yeah, I was still telling you how I got into doing meth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you were on legal meth first.
Yes, I was on legal meth first, which is how it always goes. So I was on legal meth first, and a lot of weed, smoking out of cans. I'm pretty sure I will have Alzheimer's in the next 3 to 5 years. So, you know, just waiting what the doctor has to say about that. But yeah, did that a lot with a bunch of different people because it's just you have your group. You have the group of people who do the drugs that you do, and then that's who you hang out with for your whole life. And somebody got me into meth there because they were like, we used to like crush up the Adderall, like snort them and shit. And we went to this drug dealer in Roswell who I don't think I can say his name because he was involved in something illegal, but
Yes,
starts with
but
an M.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird looking motherfucker
He was a
too.
weird motherfucker too. He was creepy as hell.
Didn't a mutual friend of ours get tased by him?
Yes.
Am I remembering that properly?
A mutual friend of ours got tased by the person who got me into drugs while we were at his house.
With his taser,
And
though.
I took the video. Yes.
That's what it was. I remember watching that, and
Yes.
that skinny 17-year-old
Yeah.
going down quick.
That Brit. Yeah. Yeah. He went down, bro. That was so funny. I remember that. But yeah, so I was at his house. We would buy Adderall all the time, Adderall and stuff like that. And then I started getting into, I didn't like meth very much. It made me super paranoid.
At first, I would imagine you don't.
At first you do. Like at first it's like the most beautiful, like you.
Oh, I hate
No.
that.
No,
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 I just realized the cord is like going across my neck. I was like, oh, maybe I should make a little. No, I hate that. Anyway,
I would rather die.
back to business.
That's okay. And
So
so I
hated-
didn't like meth very
Yes.
much. At first, when you do any addictive drug, you love it. It's the best. But then I was like, I'm fucking like, I was so skinny. Like, okay, I'm right now. I'm like 5'9" or something, and I'm like 230 pounds. And I used to weigh 110 pounds when I was on meth. It was gross. Like you could see my ribs through my chest. It was gross. I was like, this is not like the look, like I don't feel good. I'm like, ugh, I just didn't like the way it made me feel. Stopped doing it. No problem.
So just so I get like a timeline going in my head, this was
Probably from when I was like 16 to about
so this
19.
is like our junior year.
Yeah, junior and senior year.
Okay.
And then I got kicked out senior year.
I remember that.
Yeah. So then it got a lot worse after that, and then I kind of stopped doing the meth. I was like, whatever. Years went by. Thought it was fine.
So you
Whatever.
stopped after high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stopped when I was like 19 or something like that. And then I started doing coke a lot. Started drinking a lot. Smoking weed. You know what you do when you're like fucking 20 something, like early 20s. Like I could just buy my own alcohol. So like, yeah, we're going to get drunk, bitches. So I'm drinking a lot. I'm smoking a lot of weed, smoking cigarettes. A lot of cigarettes, like a pack and a half a day for like 10 years. It was crazy. And after that, I can't even remember how exactly I got into it. One of the guys I bought coke from told me that he got some perks, some perk 30s, a little blue pill. And I was like, damn, like I kind of want to try one because like I've heard good things about that shit, but it has fentanyl in it, right? And he was like, yeah, it does have fentanyl in it. Like, I'm not going to give you a whole pill. I'll give you like a quarter of a pill, and then you're going to take half of that and tell me like how it goes, whatever, because I'm not trying to kill anybody. And I was like, all right, sounds safe. Let's go. So I bought one, and at the time they were $30 a pill, which is fucking insane because I was doing like 20 pills a day at one point. And so I did this one pill, and it made me feel better than I had ever felt in my life. I had no anxiety. I had no pain, no fear. I was nothing. Like, I didn't even exist. And then I woke up, and I was like, I want to do that again. And then I did that every day for like 3 years, and it was so bad. I was stealing from my family, and I stole from Casey. I stole from Thomas. I stole from my mom. So much money from my mom. I stole from my grandpa, my dad. I tried to get clean. I went to rehab once for 3 months, relapsed immediately afterwards. Like, what the fuck? And then I went to this last rehab because my family was like, my dad literally packed me a bag, and he was like, okay, it's really cold because it was December of last year. December 2020, actually, 2 years ago, I guess. And he was like, dude, you can I'm either going to take you to this rehab teen challenge, or I'm going to take you to the homeless shelter, and it's up to you. And I was like, take me to the homeless shelter. And he took me to the teen challenge instead. And then I was stuck there for a year. But I was clean
and this
and
was in
sober.
2020, you said?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
December 5th, 2020 is when I went in, and then December 5th, 2021 is when I got out, and I graduated or whatever. And it was crazy. It was fucking crazy while I was in there. But yeah, I was clean after that. And I had like periods of sobriety, like I said, like in between. I had a couple years here and there. But it was like, ugh. Like it was just, it was not a fun time. Like even just thinking back about it, I'm like, oh, like it was just horrible. Like I felt like a piece of shit, and I was like genuinely like, I was stealing from people, and I knew that's not who I wanted to be, but it's like who I had to be, because I don't know if you've ever withdrawn from anything, but it is like hell. Like it's like the worst flu you've ever had for like 10 days. And you know that if you do even the smallest amount of this drug, it'll go away immediately, like instantly. So it's like really hard to get off it because withdrawing is genuinely scary. And some drugs like alcohol or like Xanax and stuff,
It'll kill you
It'll kill you if you don't withdraw medically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on fentanyl, so I just kicked really hard. You can go to the hospital with opioid withdrawals, but only for dehydration, because you might be vomiting or having diarrhea. And dude, it was fucking hell. I probably have withdrawn like 15 or 20 times at this point, like all the way. And it was hell, like pouring sweat, literally dripping sweat, but freezing cold. Can't eat, can't drink anything, just want to get high the whole time. So it was like, it was hard to get out of that shit, man, like hard. And a lot of my friends died because, one pill can kill you. It's crazy. And they're putting that shit in everything because it's cheaper than Tylenol. So you can cut your Coke with it and like save money. It's like crazy, the kind of shit. I'm very worried for the youth of today with that shit around. They only prescribe it to stage 4 cancer patients because it's 100 times stronger than heroin, I believe. So, and I did heroin too when I got really sick because it was like, yeah, I'll do that baby shit, I guess. But like, it was awful, horrible. Oh my God. Even just thinking about it, I'm like, I can't believe I lasted that long, And like some people do it for like 25, 30 years. Like that's just their life. Like I couldn't imagine how that must be, like just be trapped in that, especially alcoholics, because alcohol is everywhere, you know, like everywhere. And like, it's normal to drink it. And it's just like, oh, like that must be hell. Cause it can be kind of weird. It can be weird remembering.
So I'm gonna, that's a lot. I'm gonna break all that down.
Yeah,
There's a lot that I want to get into with that.
Do what you want.
So when you started, when you start smoking meth, what is that feeling like? Because I feel like there's, especially now that we live in an age of post-Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
right.
Love that show.
You know what I
I've seen
mean?
it like 12 times.
Yeah. So we're
I am Jesse Pinkman.
we're post Breaking Bad, and there's a culture around stylizing drugs
and drug use, like Euphoria.
Yeah.
I will never watch that show.
Yeah.
But
it's getting stylized, and then I feel like the one entertainment outlet that actually would give the ugly side of like whether it's the war on drugs or it's actually being within cartels or gangs here in the States was Vice. But now Vice is just a caricature of itself now, in my opinion.
That's too bad. I haven't watched any of their new shit.
Yeah, it's all like so politically charged that it's not true in independent media, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or independent news sources. So what was I gonna say? So so coming from someone who has actually experienced that, what your first couple times doing it, what was that like?
Oh my God. Okay, so like you can snort meth, you can smoke it, and you can shoot it, and they all feel slightly different. I've never, well, that's not true. I have snorted it, but I didn't know it was meth. I thought it was Coke, and it made my nose bleed. It hurts so bad. It's like snorting glass.
Wow.
It hurts so bad. But when you smoke it, it tastes like vaguely sweet, and it has a really fresh smell, like Febreze. Like when you cook it, and like later, like hours later, it'll smell like ammonia, like cat pee. But the very first one is like very sweet and like fresh and fragrant. It's flagrant. And then it also tastes like really sweet, not like super duper sweet, but like strawberries and cream kind of sweet, like And the cloud is like vape smoke, so it's very thick, fluffy. It's just like a whole experience. And like just to light the bowl, you have to like do it in this really specific way so you don't burn anything, so nothing crackles or like burns to the bottom of the bowl. It's like a whole thing. It's like a ritual, and you have to keep it at the right temperature, and it's like a whole bunch of shit. But like I took a hit, and then like I could feel like my blood vessels dilated, my eyes dilated, and it was raining outside, and I could all of a sudden like hear the rain like everywhere around me. And it like kind of just clicked a bunch of neural pathways in my brain that were like almost connected before. And it just kind of like, it felt like my brain was working at maximum capacity. Like, holy shit. Like I could do anything right now. Like I want to go and jump and run and
invade Poland.
Yeah. I want to go invade Poland and ally with the Japanese.
That's how they did it.
That is
Yeah.
how they did it.
No,
I'm
yeah.
not joking. Like that is
No,
how
yeah,
you
oh
feel.
no, we know. Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
we've
we-
talked about that
yes.
at great lengths.
That is how you feel.
I'll find it. It's somewhere around here before you leave.
I say it all the time. Hitler could not have been sober. Okay?
No, he wasn't.
He was on meth. Yeah.
no, he was on meth.
And that's what it makes you
that,
like.
Yeah, that book I got you to read.
Yeah, there's a great book.
Yeah.
I forget the guy. If you want to pull it up real quick, it's called Blitzed, and it's
I'm pretty sure I've heard of it.
yeah, it's all about the Third Reich
And
how
specifically methamphetamine.
yeah, how infused with drugs and Pervitin
Yep.
is what
Yep.
they had, the
Yep.
German chocolate. And, yep, and then how that's how they did their 87-hour pushes.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
It works.
That's a great book. You should really check it out.
Okay. I have a list of books to read, so I will
Great
add that.
book, fantastic.
Yeah, I found it from like this weird fucking podcast I listened to called Mysterious Universe.
Hell yeah.
And they just go, they find random books and read them and like discuss them. Like, and they're all conspiracy theories and shit. And they talked about it. And that's when I found it. I was like, oh, no shit.
Yeah,
That's
That
cool.
sounded actually really
it's
interesting.
it towards the middle. I will say it's a little redundant.
That's all
It's
right.
just hard to do that, but like it's a good read. It's very worth
Cool.
it. So anyway, so it's like a
Back to
whole
smoking meth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
what it feels like to smoke meth. So, very much like that. It makes you makes you feel like Hitler.
Oh my God.
You know, like no, dude. Like some of that, because okay, you know, like the stylized shit. Like when it shows like meth heads like tweaking out and shit. Like
Yeah.
people are really like that. They are really like that. Like it to a point. Like it's really unsafe. Like you just feel very in danger all the time. Not only because the meth enhances paranoia, but also because the people around you are extremely erratic and unpredictable and violent people. And a lot of them have guns, and a lot of them, you know what I mean? Like they will hurt you. I was hurt a lot in like trap houses and stuff. Like, you know, people think you get there and they don't like your vibe, or you look at them the wrong way once and they're high as fuck. They haven't slept in 3 days. They're going to fucking backhand you, you know? And then you just have to sit there and be like, my bad, dude. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like it won't happen again.
For
you know?
anyone listening that probably hasn't fought a meth head,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
No, do not do it. They are terrifying beasts.
Different
Like,
story, dude.
Dude,
There's like...
they
there
go
was-
for hours. Like you can knock their teeth in and they're still up and swinging. Like,
Yeah, there was one time I was running a call, and I was super thankful I had my bunker bottoms on because it was in the middle of the night.
yeah.
And I had my shorts on, so you just wear your bunkers when you go on medical calls. Dude fucking bit my leg.
Yeah.
Or tried to, but luckily I had my fucking... Yeah, if I had my pants on, oh, totally would have gone through.
Oh, fuck, dude. And human bite wounds are
Disgusting.
nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah, it's just like... And it was like
And it's meth mouth.
small, like 5'4",
That's what I was
super
thinking.
skinny fucking dude.
Yep, always
like,
are.
Strong
Wiry.
as shit.
Wiry.
Dude, like it is
Sweating. Oily.
disturbing.
Yeah, and they're scary. And when you
Yeah.
get into, so like, okay, let me just describe to you what it feels like to, so I'm like, okay, listen, not to toot my own horn, but let's just be fucking honest. When I was 17, I didn't look very bad. Okay? I'm a 17-year-old white girl. Like, I can walk in anywhere wearing a short skirt, probably, at this point. And, you know, I can get free drugs. And that's what me and this person did, is we would, like, get dressed up and we would exploit the fucking system because, duh.
Well, the person you're talking about bragged to me about that multiple
Yeah,
times.
because that's what you
Yeah.
do. That's what you do, and it works every time. It's like you're in charge of the whole situation before you even walk in the room. That's how it feels. You feel very powerful. You feel very, you know, and I, as a 17-year-old insecure girl, wanted to feel that, and I wanted to get high. So perfect combination. Of course, this means you more than likely, and not like in a, oh, it's because of what you're wearing kind of way, but you will get sexually assaulted. You will get raped. That's just what happens. And it's not because anyone's asking for it or anything like that, but I did go in with the intention of using my looks to get free shit. I wasn't prepared to go that far, but, you know, that was the intention. I knew what I was doing.
So, sorry, real quick question about
Yeah.
on that. So, do you think Nimi played a huge part
Yes.
in you feeling that way?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, Nimmy goggles and shit. And I never, like, I didn't have very many, like, guys. Like, you know, I wasn't, like, you know, like, it wasn't like I was, oh my God, so ugly, no one talk to me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that person. I was not that girl. And I was not some of the girls that I knew who I was friends with who were just drop dead gorgeous, had men crawling to be with them. With me, it was more just kind of like, I felt like I had to compare myself to them, and I felt very inadequate in comparison. It was weird. It was very strange. And we were in high school, you know? So
Well,
of course.
and that's me and him have had, again, discussions at length about how, like, thinking back on it, like, how fucked up it is to
Yeah.
put 14-year-olds
yeah, and just let them run the
with
show.
21-year-olds,
And just
with,
let 'em-
with college
Yeah.
kids. And
My
now
first
you're
boyfriend
competing.
sexually assaulted me, and he was 19. I was 14. Like, what the fuck? That's not normal.
No.
I thought it was totally normal at the time, but yeah, now, especially now that we're older, like now that you're in your like 20s, don't you think and go, I would never
Fucked
even
up.
think about talking to a 15-year-old. I don't want to talk to a 14-year-old. I don't have anything in common with that person.
It's
like,
fucking nuts, right? And you
it's
think
weird.
like I'm thinking about it like that was just normal for us. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that junior college kid who's like 22 is dating
that
this high
freshman.
school freshman.
Yep.
That's
That's
typical.
how it is.
And then I'm thinking about it, like
That was
that's
fucked
not
up.
that was not okay.
That was fucked up.
It's still not okay.
Yeah, but and then also at the time, I remember having a really hard time because there were me and a couple of other girls who were kind of outspoken about the way that women were treated specifically at this school because like not even to make it like I'm a feminist, but like it was hard. Like we genuinely did have to work a lot harder, and some of the guys treated me like shit just because I was a girl. Like, you know, it felt bad. I felt like I had to work twice as hard just to prove myself to these people who I would like to pretend I don't care what they think of me, but of course I care what they think of me. I'm 17. Like, I want everybody to like me. I want these people to take me seriously. I want to be taken as my own person. I want to be seen as intelligent. I want to be seen as funny, as an individual, you know? But instead, I'm just a girl. It was really hard, especially because of my, like, bragging, but especially because of, like, my level of intelligence. Like, it was just hard. It was hard to connect with anybody, but especially people when that was like the culture, you know, like even other girls see you as a threat if they perceive you as pretty or more intelligent or more this or more that, and it's hard to make a friend that way. Like instead that you're their enemy, you're their rival.
Julia.
I was waiting for that to happen. So not to
Period.
rub salt
Period.
in this metaphorical wound here, but I don't know if you've heard this or
Yeah,
not.
what was I talking about?
But Nimi specifically.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard this or not.
Probably not.
But they have now officially added a pilot program for 7th and 8th grade day school.
What does
Look
that?
that up. Fact check me.
At NIMI?
It's been put out by the Board of Regents.
For
Fact check me.
What is that?
It is, they believe that if they can get 7th and 8th graders to go to the school at that age, it will prepare them better for life as a high schooler. They will be on the same campus.
That's like that's like their thing about like, yeah, if you come here in high school, you'll be better prepared
Yeah.
for college.
Cool, now we can date 12-year-olds.
Give me a sec. I'll find it. It's gonna take me a second.
Yeah, that's fine. I believe you.
And if you can't find it, I'll find the screenshots and I'll
I believe you.
show her. Yeah,
That's weird, man. Like you can't. It's like, you know how we had to read Lord of the Flies. It was like that.
it was required. I never did, but it was
Great
required.
book. Highly recommend. You're not much of a reader of non-graphic novels, are you?
I'm trying so hard, but I mean,
Fucking nerd.
yeah, I know.
That's fine. I'm the one who's like, you don't read books, fucking nerd. But I love reading books. I haven't been doing it as well.
Sorry. Okay, so they have this stupid video going on, and I just saw something like, I'm gonna let it loop around real quick. Okay, here it goes. And
Dude,
I was like,
can't. What the fuck?
hey, that's no. Okay. B,
Probably.
watch right here. It's coming up in a second.
Why does that look like
What
Chloe
the
Eckert?
fuck?
Hey, that was me. That was me, but no one was sitting there talking to me, dude. Everyone avoided me like the plague because I brought my guitar everywhere.
That doesn't happen.
No. It happened our freshman year because of me.
Literally,
and Evan Gesundheit.
I say, literally only
Yeah.
you and Evan.
Yeah.
I still play guitar. Does he still play guitar?
No, not as much as he used to,
Oh, that's
but
too
he's
bad. He
still
was good.
he's still good at it though.
Good.
Yeah. Shout out Evan Gesundheit, miss you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey,
So
Evan Gesundheit.
So it's we have had multiple conversations about this, and
Yeah.
it's because you bring up a good point, right? It's
It was
like
weird.
when you're there,
It's normal,
It's
'cause
normalized.
you're in a cult.
And no, there is a huge cult mentality,
Yeah.
and like I'm still friends with a couple of people from like I'm acquaintances with more than a few, but like very close with a couple of people that we went to high school with,
Yeah.
and we have conversations about it, and I'm like, I think back to the person that I was at that school.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking embarrassed.
Me too.
Like, I'm glad that school gave me some skills.
Yeah, you were kind of a fucking dick.
Yeah, and gave me some, like, I don't know,
No, I know.
for
I know
now,
what the culture was
yeah,
like.
for now, it looks good on a resume
Yeah,
for
same.
now. Again,
That's how I've gotten like every job.
Yeah. But, like, and it's helped me plan my day, time management, and
Sure.
da-da-da-da-da.
Sure.
Right?
There were benefits.
But then, like, you look at socially what they were allowing,
Bro.
and I'm like, yo, we should have had a lot more oversight than what was given.
Yeah, I agree.
Like this, like
dude, I got into meth. I got into shooting meth with a needle in high school, and they had no fucking clue. They had no idea. Me and a bunch of other girls were doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not okay. Like that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, I didn't want them to find out, and I thought I was like a fucking genius at hiding it. But like, everybody knew who did this or did what, and like, you know, yeah, the relationships between like the 21-year-olds and the 14, like that's weird.
But the thing about that though specifically, that was fucked up to us from the get go.
Yeah, I remember it being fucked up to us. Like we were all like, what the hell?
Yeah, like from the get go, and because I remember. Like me and like all my guy friends talking about who we had like a crush on or who like we were into at the time, and it was like, oh yeah, like this name comes up, person A, oh they're dating college freshman B or college sophomore C, and I remember like thinking like that's not right.
No, it's
like,
not
that's
right.
not right, right? Like,
that's not right.
And what he just said a little bit ago, like. Us now, well, let's say like a couple years ago, just kind of like match the ages, right?
Yeah.
So 22, 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you, like in normal society, if you walk into a high school, a couple of eyebrows are going to be raised.
Yeah, dude.
And you start just hitting up and not even talking, you just, or not even like flirting, you're like hitting up, but you go and try to have a conversation with a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be like,
sus?
Yeah, which human trafficker do you work with?
Yeah, literally. But yeah, and it's really weird because a lot of
nothing on 7th or 8th grade I can find. It might have been like on their Facebook page, and I'm not going to scroll through 50 million posts about it.
No, and you shouldn't. But I will find the screenshot for you, because I sent it to this. Yeah.
Send it to my email, and I'll log in and find it.
Okay. Wait, do you have? This is why I want to get a Mac, so I can just like AirDrop onto my.
You should.
But I'll just you don't have to pull it up. I'll just I'll show it to her and I'll show it to you. But yeah, it's super fucked that they're doing a fucking pilot program.
Yeah, that's weird.
For 8th graders,
That's
and I'm
weird.
just like.
I mean, I kind of get it, I guess, but also like, come on, man. Like, first of all, how many 7th and 8th graders are interested? Okay, and.
Well, no, because like they had
that's fair.
They had civil. It's different.
That's fair.
Different. They had Civil Air Patrol in middle school.
I remember.
And me and actually our buddy Dom signed up for it in middle school and 7th grade. I think we did 7th and 8th grade.
I still talk to him.
And that was cool because it was like some days were stupid. You're like, why am I doing this? I'm in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like, why am I marching in a hallway? But other days, like you were like, I literally flying a plane right now.
Yeah,
like,
I got this.
That's
We're
pretty
good.
cool.
So
that's tight. I mean, that's cool. I guess I was just never, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the way leather tastes in my mouth. So I've never been a fan of any military anything personally, but I went to military school, can't talk, but I also like my parents are getting a divorce and I have a scholarship. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Gone. I'm gone.
I don't know if this is from like a memo they sent out or if it's a part of like an SOP.
Sorry, do you remember like the Instagram and Snapchat accounts of like Nimi drama? Oh my god. Do you remember those? And like the Reddit boards and stuff? Like
vaguely.
Dude, like I can't believe that was real. Like, we need to write a TV show like Euphoria, but just at Nimi, because it actually happened there, and it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what the headline is: Nimi 7th and 8th grade academy, an initiative to develop a 7th and 8th grade non-boarding academy on the basis of military structure and academic rigor of the Mexican Military Institute. We anticipate scenarios of partnership through unique relationships of local, regional, national, and international potential. An initial academy could be located on the Nimi property, a permanent fund revenue coupled with a, quote, day rate tuition. It's anticipated as well as scholarship developments as an option to consider. Scenario would develop an opportunity for direct admission to Nimi. So basically what this is, and there's the, super, like the format.
Wow. But
basically what this is, to me anyway, because like right after you get from the breakdown, it goes into, okay, what's the business plan? And it says, take the concept into a workable partnership plan to include governmental oversight, operations, timelines, plans of the day, academic calendars, academic curriculum, consider accreditation and governmental requirements and legal limitations, as well as business and finance scenarios, time in 6 months.
Huh.
So I just think it's interesting that I just think this is a way because I worked there for a year in the admissions office and admissions are fucking down and they've only gotten worse.
Yeah, I bet.
This is just a way to get more money. And I get it. Again, from a business standpoint, I get it. But culturally, I mean, how fucking tone deaf are you?
Yeah, for real, dude. At the very least, take out junior college if you're going to do that kind of shit,
I mean, but and they never
No,
will
of
because that
course not.
football brings in so much money.
Of course not. And, like, I mean, it's also just not viable. Like, it wouldn't make any sense to do. In the same way that it doesn't make any sense to add 7th and 8th grade people into the mix there. Let's not do that. How about, I remember middle school being the worst years of my goddamn life.
That's whoever pitched that.
Yeah.
It's just a big Ponzi scheme, bro.
It's fucking ridiculous what they're doing. Okay, so anyway, back to our original topics.
Right.
So you started meth at a military school.
I did.
And then
I could be a nurse. I know how to hit veins.
So you,
oh, fuck.
So you leave NIMI during the senior year, and you stopped for a bit.
Yeah. I stopped when it got really bad when I was like 19.
So
Because I left NIMI.
I was gonna say, define really bad.
Really bad. I looked like the meth heads that you guys are thinking of. Like, slightly better because, I was, like, young and a girl. So, like, I wasn't, like, totally fucking, I didn't look like 40, but I looked like 25. I was very thin. I was ill all the time. Like, I wasn't doing good, like, you could tell it was, like, fucking up everything. And then I took a trip, because what I would do, my thing was I would, like, every other weekend, I would drive down here to pick up that person, and I would bring, like, however much money I had made in the last 2 weeks, like, $600-700, and we would go and pick up, and I would pick up enough to last me for 2 weeks, and then I would use a bunch and then drive back and then use that, and when I was done, I would go pick more up. So I was using every day, and I was injecting it every day. And, like, bro, like, like when you're on the floor in a Circle K bathroom trying to shoot up with the toilet water and you can't find a vein and you're 17, you're like, maybe I fucked up somewhere here. Like, maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be right now. So I stopped because I was like, this is going to kill me. And I was like, but one more time. I'm just going to do one more time. Just real quick. Just one more time. Okay, it's fine. It's one more time. So I went back down here to one of my customary trips. I was like, this is going to be my last trip. I'm not going to do this again anymore. I wasn't taking it seriously. And I overdosed. What actually happened, crazy story, okay? Crazy story. It doesn't sound real, but it is. So, like, I came here. I had a red bug.
I remember.
Yeah. So I came in my little bug. And I picked up this person. I was staying with my grandparents at the time because, that's where I always stayed. I wanted to stay in Albuquerque because that's where the drugs were. And this person lives 2 seconds away from my grandparents, like two streets down. Yeah. So I would pick her up. We'd go, like, pick up or whatever. And, like, we would just go around to different trap houses and get high for free. And this was around the time I was, shooting a lot. And so I was shooting it and smoking it. And I was always told you can't overdose on meth because that's what they tell you. But you can overdose on anything. And except for, like, weed. You can overdose on weed, but it's pretty fucking hard. I think you have to eat, like, 100,000 milligrams or something in, like, an hour. But with meth, you can absolutely overdose. And I was shooting too much. I was also smoking it. And I just wasn't really paying attention because I've never had to do that before. Like, who even cares, And I started to feel really dizzy. And I was like, this is weird. So I got up, threw up. I was like, damn, my throw up was blue. I hadn't eaten anything blue that day. I hadn't eaten anything for days, actually. So I was like, why the fuck? Like, neon, like, I had just drank Powerade blue. And I was like, that's weird. And the next time I threw up, it was green, like neon green. And I was like, something's wrong, right? And I'm like high as fuck. So I get up to leave the bathroom, walk out to the living room. And I remember looking at this person on the couch who was just like this lady in this trap house. And she was like, man, you don't look too good. And then I opened my eyes and I was on the floor. And I was like, huh, I feel fine, but that was weird. And they were like, yeah, dude, you just passed out. And I was like, how long was I out? And they were like, not long at all. Like, you literally hit the floor and opened your eyes. And I was like, okay. And then for the rest of the night, couldn't stand up without passing out. Kept using. And then I was in my car and I was like, dude, I'm not feeling good, like, at all. Like, what's wrong with me? And they were like, you're just dope sick. Like, it's fine. I was like, all right, cool. So we were driving around. I was vomiting profusely. Could not stop vomiting. Couldn't stand up at all. Couldn't sit upright without passing out immediately. And then it started to get really bad. I got, like, the worst headache I have ever had in my life. And I had chest pains. My whole, like, rotator cuff left shoulder, like, just radiated pain. It felt like there were bricks on top of it. And I was like, dude, I do not feel good. So I went home and I laid down, and this person's like, she got me a glass of water, she got me a trash can. She's like, you're going to be fine, you're going to be fine, you're going to be fine. And I was like, no, something's wrong. Like, I think I'm going to die. Like, I think I'm dying. Like, I can't explain it. But when you're about to die. Like, I can't explain. It wasn't anxiety. It was like I knew it. I was like, I'm dying. Like, I'm gonna die. Like,
So I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
Because I've never heard someone actually talk about the sense of impending doom.
Yeah.
So medical term wise, when they teach us about people having heart attacks is a big one.
I had a heart attack.
Yeah, that's tall tale signs of
That's
someone having a heart
crazy.
attack. But one of the symptoms, and it's kind of weird that it's in there, but it's when the person describes the sense of impending doom.
That's
is how
exactly
they
what I
word
felt.
it.
That's exactly what I felt.
It's really chilling to hear you talk about
Yeah.
it because I've
That's
never
a-
heard someone actually describe it.
I
It's
did
the
not
sense
know
of
about that.
impending doom because your body knows when something's fucking wrong.
Wrong.
And the first time I heard
Wrong.
that
Yeah.
medical term, impending doom, funny enough, the first time I heard that, side effect of my happy pills. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
What are you going to do?
That's also very common. But yeah, it was terrifying. Like I have never felt terror like that. I was like, I am going to die. And then I started really seriously thinking about all of these symptoms that I had been experiencing over the last 4 hours. And I was like, this is like, these are not good. Like, this is not like, I'm not fucking stupid. And like, neither are you. Like, this is not good. Like, I need to go to a hospital. And she was like, no, you're fine. You're going to be fine.
This is the person
Yeah.
that we
And
both.
yeah. And I was like, okay, I guess, because I cannot drive. I can't get any. Like I was laying in bed dying. I could barely catch my breath. My lips were blue. I looked like hell. I was like clammy. It was awful. And I fell asleep, and then I woke up the next day somehow, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I felt like pretty much fine. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Went to stand up, immediately fell forward and hit my head really hard on the wall in front of the bed. Like there was a closet right there, and I just like smacked my forehead on it hard. And when I woke up, I was like, God damn, like that was bad. And I was like, whatever, should be fine. I like crawled to the bathroom, and then I stood up, and I saw myself in the mirror for like a split second, and I looked like hell. Like I was like white, pale, and underneath my eyes were like, it was like grape purple, like grape juice just underneath my eyes and in my cheeks. And my eyes were sunken, and I just looked, my lips were white and cracked. Like I looked horrible. And then I passed out again, and I hit my chin on the porcelain countertop, and I bit through my tongue. I was like, okay, this is not okay. I need to call this person because, whatever. I realized at that point, I was like, they are nowhere to be found, and neither are my car keys. And so I was calling them. They didn't answer. I didn't see them for 3 days. In that time, they ransacked my car. When they returned it to me, there was nothing in the car. Nothing. Not my bags that I had come with and packed, like not my wallet, not my sister's wallet, which belonged to our grandfather. It was real leather, and it had a bunch of like really sentimental things in it. Nothing. Like the only thing that were left were my insurance and my like title and registration and a little baggie of meth that she left for me. And I remember getting in the car, and I was like, damn, like these people don't give a shit about me. Like, what am I doing? Like it was kind of like a moment of clarity. I was just like, what am I doing? Like, bro, like this is not the life I want to live. So I stopped, and I never did it again. Well, that's not true. But I never did it like that again. Like I never got into meth like that again. Instead, it was heroin that I started doing because they're very different in their effects. Very, very, like the exact opposite, as a matter of fact. And I don't know how that person's doing. I hope they're doing okay. Because I care about her, And it's also like, all the things I did in my like deepest heroin addiction, I really cannot judge people. Like at the time, like it felt like such a betrayal. And sometimes I think that she was shooting me up with too much on purpose so that she could take my car. And I don't think she thought I was going to wake up the next day. Which is weird to think about. Real weird to think about. Yeah. And it's just like, like I was 17. She was 17. Like that's insane. Like that doesn't, everyone's like, euphoria is not realistic. And like, it's not. But like, I feel like in that specific culture, it totally was.
Like ugly things do happen.
Yeah, ugly things. And ugly people do exist. And bad things happen to good people, like drugs make you evil, bro. Evil. Like I have seen some of the most abhorrent shit with, in trap houses and stuff. Like you'd show up and there'd be babies crying full of, shit and piss in their diaper. It's clear they've been laying there for hours and just sobbing, crying. No one's even looking at them. Like, and then you don't either, because like, fuck, none of my business. Goddamn. Like I don't know how to care for a baby. I don't know how to change a diaper. I don't know any of that crap. And if I ask, I might get hit or worse, you know? So it was weird. It was like these weird compounded events of trauma. And then when that happened, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't keep doing this. So I stopped, and then I got back into drugs just like the same, but with a different group of people. And it was just like, oh.
So before we go forward with that, one question I do have is like, so over this course of time, how quickly do you feel, because even in hearing you telling the story, I see a progression in tolerance. Yeah. So how long did it take for your tolerance to start really climbing? Because I mean, by the end of the story, you're saying you're shooting and smoking at the same time.
Yeah.
So
it's faster than you'd think. Like, even if you're like, damn, that's fast. Like with meth, I remember it not being like super surprising how fast it was, but it was still pretty quick. Like, you know, a gram started lasting me, you know, first it would last me a week, and then it lasted me like 5 days, and then like 3 days, and then I was like, damn, it's only been 2 days. If I really just go through a gram, okay, I'll just buy 2 next time, whatever. But with the pills, I took an eighth of a pill the first time I did it, and then I did a half a pill, and then I did a whole pill, and then I needed 3 pills, and then I needed 5 pills, and then I needed 10 pills, and just to not get sick.
How quickly was that timeline?
Like this. Like it took 3 weeks for me to start using 10 pills a day. Yeah, just to not get sick. Like I wasn't even getting high anymore. It was crazy, and they're so expensive. So, you know, of course I'm stealing from people. Like, I don't want to get fucking sick. Oh my God. And it was horrific. Like just some of the things that I've seen people do, and everyone was so young. Like everyone was so young. My dealer was 19. Like, and he's just a kid, you know, and he's got a gun, and his mom lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with him, and like, she's got 2 babies, and she's on welfare, and he's just trying to make money, and like he thinks he's like this big gangster because he's 19. Like, you know, it was just like, and he was like a good friend of mine. Like I really like respected him as a person. I thought he was a smart guy. I thought he was, you know, intelligent. He was good at what he did. He was funny. He was fun to be around, and he was also an addict. And like, it was just weird. It was just like this weird other side of society that people know exists, but it's really hard to forget. Like once you've been there and like seen it.
And the majority of this, I'd imagine, took place in Albuquerque.
Yeah, and then when I was doing the pills really bad, it was all in Phoenix.
Okay. No, and the reason why I bring up Albuquerque specifically, I mean, because it's just gotten so fucking bad here. It's so prevalent, and I feel like it's a conversation only the citizens have, and the citizens of the lower middle class and below have. Because once you, as with most social problems, once you hit a certain salary point, it's no longer your problem. Yeah. Or no longer becomes a thing you want to think about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. And you don't want it in your fucking space. Yeah. Absolutely not. We have cops here. They'll take your ass to jail if you're homeless.
Right.
And that's so funny you say that, because while I was driving here, I drove from Rio Rancho because I met a friend for coffee there, and Rio Rancho's so fucking bougie. That's where I grew up. And, you know, everyone's got, like, nice cars, and there's no homeless people, and then I just kept coming down 2nd Street all the way down, and, like, the closer I got to Albuquerque, the more, like, tents there were, and the more, like, needles there were on the ground, and it's just sad, you know? It's sad.
So, to kind of close out this chapter of your life, where do you think, like... Because you talk about where it started, but, like, what kept it going other than an addiction that formed? Do you think there was anything else, or would it just become a chemical dependency?
With the meth, it was definitely because it helped me to kind of not focus on anything except for getting high. Like, and that's my like go-to is dissociate. Like, just dissociate. Just don't be here. Just, it's not happening to you. It never happened. I have very, very few memories of most of that time in my life because I purposefully was not forming them. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna remember any of this. I'm just going to be high. I was doing every drug you could give me. I was doing LSD. I was doing shrooms, heroin, meth, whatever the fuck you gave me. I would do it just to not be sober, just to not be present in the moment. And then when I started doing the fentanyl, it was a dependence. Like I had to have it or I would get viciously ill. And I did not want to get sick. Like the fear of withdrawals is so real. Like they're scary, man. Like they are not fun and no one really cares. Like, you know, it's not like, even if you go to the doctor and you're like, I'm withdrawing, they're like, okay, like, have fun. We'll put you into bed for 10 days, like, whatever. And then you have that stigma of being looked down upon as, like, a drug addict and all that stuff. And you do horrible shit. I stole from everybody. You couldn't trust me in a store. Are you fucking joking? You know, like, so, like, I get it. But it just makes me sad, you know? Like, if we were all just a little bit nicer to each other, it maybe could have made my life a little easier. Could have made some people's lives a little easier. Some of my friends might still be alive, you know? It's just kind of like, it's weird to think about, like, because I'm only 24. You know, like, how the fuck is all this shit? How do I know all this and the people in charge of me don't? You know?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck? Like, I'm telling you this from, like, fucking firsthand experience, man, and you're just sitting there in your psychiatrist chair acting like I'm crazy. Like, I'm telling you, psych wards are not helpful. They hurt more than they help. I just found a bunch of drug buddies in there. Like, you know, it's weird the way that we treat it.
What was that experience like going into a...
God, it's weird. I've been in a psych ward like 6 or 7 times because I'm fun. And like, so the first few times it was because I tried to kill myself because fuck this place, am I right? And the next couple times it was because I was withdrawing, and you have to go to a psych ward because it's a mental illness and you're also detoxing from a drug. Right. So, you know, you go there and you meet a bunch of other drug addicts who are also detoxing, and then you go out and you use together, and that's how it works. But when I was in there for like self-harming or trying to kill myself and stuff like that, it's so weird. It's like it's the weirdest experience. It's all just like, it's like very clinical. It's like white tile. All the beds look the same. You have a roommate. They try to make it like personal, but you can't really. And it's kind of weird. You're not allowed, like, all of my sweatpants don't have the strings in them. Right. Same with my hoodies and, like, my shoelaces. Like, some of my shoes still are tied together with zip ties because I just haven't put the fucking laces back in. And so it's just weird. Like, there's just there's just little reminders everywhere that you can kill yourself with anything if you really want to. Because, like, you don't even think about it. Like, you know, all the door handles are, like, curved, so you can't tie anything to it. And there's no bars in the shower because they don't want you to tie anything to it. And, like, all the mirrors are just metal, so you can't break them. And it's like, it's a very strange experience. You feel sort of like, it definitely made me feel like kind of monitored in like a weird way, like Big Brother. Like, it just kind of, it was strange. It was weird. And then when you get out, fun fact, you can request your notes. Like, you can request all the notes that the psychiatrist and the nurses took on you during your stay. And so it's like everything you did, everything you ate, what you, like, when you took your meds, everything you did for the whole day, for the whole time you're there. And and I haven't gotten mine yet, but I really want to. Because there's a couple times, like, you know, I'm pretty severely mentally ill. Like, especially when I was using drugs. Like, that shit fucks with you, man. Like, I was hearing voices. Like, it was all bad. And then, like, some people there also were just going fucking crazy. And then a lot of them also wanted to die because when you're that far in addiction, you're like, fuck, either I stop or I die. And I just want to die because I can't stop. So, you know, we're all in a really fun place. And, you know, you can't go outside. There's like 4 layers of doors between you and everywhere else. And you don't have a key to anywhere. And you get to go outside when they say you can go outside. And it's just like, it's weird. It's like, it's very strange. There's like group therapy. It's bleached. It's like monotone. Like if I could describe, a color to the experience, it would just be like black and white. Like, it was very, very boring, there's nothing to do. All you do is fucking color shit and smoke cigarettes, and like, that's it.
What was the longest amount of time that you'd spent there?
10 days.
10 days.
10 days.
Okay.
It was hell, dude. Hell. It's so boring. Like, mind-crushingly boring, because you can't do anything, and you don't have a phone, and you don't have gaming consoles. You can only watch movies that they're okay with, and only during times they're okay with it. You don't get good coffee, because I wouldn't expect to get good coffee, but, you know, that sucks. And the food's okay at some of them, and at others it's not good, but it's not horrible. And like, I don't know, man. It's such a weird, because, like, you know, talking to me, like, you're like, yeah, this is a pretty regular, I mean, she's weird as fuck, but like, she's a pretty regular person. Like, you wouldn't expect to like look at me and be like, that chick's fucking insane. Like, that chick has been committed multiple times. And that's how everybody there was. Like, they were just regular fucking people. And that was the weirdest part to me, was just like, everyone was so fucking normal. But no, like, I don't know anyone else who's been in I think psych wards and shit.
Well, I think that's a bit of, like, again, it's another product of like media stylization. Yeah. I mean, because not everyone that goes to a psych ward's a fucking Batman villain.
No, most of them aren't, actually.
You know,
some of them are, for sure. But yeah, most of them are pretty normal people. You can get committed for almost anything. It's kind of scary, actually. Yeah. And I've been to jail a few times too.
And do you know whose discretion that is for you to get committed? Do you happen to know that?
Yeah. So like, at least in the state of Arizona, when you, if you're in like a doctor's office or anything like that, and you express any kind of intent, anything that they think means that you intend to hurt yourself or other people, they have to commit you to a psych ward for at least 3 days. They have to, like, by law. And there are other times where, like, same thing if you call a suicide hotline, like, they can't let you off the phone, and they also have to trace your location and send an ambulance to you. You're not allowed to, like, go anywhere.
In Arizona.
In Arizona. It's weird. It was weird. And they'll encourage you to go to a hospital. You go to a hospital, the hospital sends you to a psych ward. That's just kind of how it goes. And most of the psych wards were fine. They're clean. The staff was friendly, and other people were, you know, going through it, but they're pretty fine. Like, I met some cool ass people. Like, I met this guy who shot himself through the chest, and another guy who jumped in front of a bus on the 202. And he has his whole jaw wired shut. His name was Peter. He was from Russia, and he was the coolest fucking dude. But it was just like, it was just a weird, like, there's so many of them, and I drive by them every day, and I didn't know this was a psychiatric hospital, you know, like, it's, I can't even describe it. Like, it feels like it still didn't really happen to me. It feels like I was just kind of a bystander there. Like, I wasn't there. I was just watching what was going on, you know, and I met some cool people. They were funny. You know, it's a strange experience.
And so all of that, your stints with going to psych wards, how far did that carry into your life? Was that 2019, 2018 when that ended?
Yeah, like, I think it ended about, like, probably, like, 2019 was when it stopped, technically. Because I went to rehab and whatever, and up until I went to rehab, I was in a psych ward, like, 3 times a year, easy. And after that, after I went to rehab and I relapsed the next time, I didn't go back to a psych ward because I knew that they would send me to rehab if I went, and I didn't want to go back because a year is a long time. That's a long fucking time. Because I did 90 days, and that was not long enough at all. Like, and that's a long ass time when you're an addict. You're like, 3 months? Oh my God. And then I was like 12 to 18 months. That's my whole life. Like, I don't want to go for a year. That's fucking insane. But then I realized I had to go for a year if I wanted to be alive. So,
yeah,
you know, like, 3 months did not cut it. I needed to be somewhere where I could just be supervised for a year, and for sure not used for an entire year. And that helped. It did it, you know, did a lot. It was weird. It was weird.
So there was, so again, kind of like get a timeline together. So there's that, what we just covered from about
2017, 2016, 2015, I think.
Well, so it was 2015 was when we ended up leaving high school.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Holy shit.
Yeah, right. So like
2012, 2013?
Yeah, 2013 to 2015
that's gross.
was when you were like 17 and all that shit was going down. And you said there's about 3 years afterwards.
Like 2017 to 2018.
Where you were clean-ish.
Well, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was all right.
And then it really all broke down between, let's say, like the back half of 18 going into 20.
Yeah, roundabouts. And some of 21. It was weird.
So what would you say going into that latter part of your experience where, like, because now, I mean, you're saying that heroin played a huge part of it. What, you said it was polar opposite. So what was the experience with that drug? Because, again, I feel like, again, because I'm the guy that watches a lot of fucking movies, one of the biggest representations of heroin is in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So where
it's not how it is.
Where it kind of just makes John Travolta super, like, flowy, and he's chilling in his car, and he's
a little,
you know.
Yeah, sort of. It's kind of, it's that's a good way to look at. That's what you look like when you're high, for sure. But the way it was for me, because I was a nodder. I was on the nod squad, is what we called it. Because I didn't want to just get high. I wanted to nod off. I wanted to, like, go to sleep. I didn't want, because there's different levels. Like, you can just not get sick, or you can get kind of high, or you can get fucking blasted and just sit there and nod off for like 10 hours. And I liked to nod because I didn't have to be here. So I still remember, like, there were times I didn't really even know I was nodding, because for me, like, I don't fucking know. Like, for you, I'm over here like, but for me, I'm not doing that. I don't feel that. I'm, like, in a dream. And then I'll nod and wake up and be like, oh, right. And, like, there were a lot of times I nodded off at the dinner table, where I, like, nodded off at, like, in front of my sister and, like, her friends and stuff. And I know she was really embarrassed about that, because, like, yeah. Gross, you know, like, yeah, that's my older sister. She's a fucking heroin addict. Don't mind her, you know? And it's just kind of sad. Like, it's sad. It's very bleak. Like, the longer you're on it, the more, like, just bleak. Like, it's totally numb. You can't feel anything, including emotion, which, makes it really hard to get sober too, because then you have to, like, experience all these years of emotion that you literally haven't. and you just feel very like relaxed, very sleepy, very warm, like just total like bliss. Like the reason the show is called Euphoria, I'm pretty sure, is because that's the feeling associated with heroin. It's like euphoria, like you feel like you're in heaven. But you can only go to heaven when you're high, and you can't be high all the time unless you want to die. So, you know, it's like this, and it's like a cycle because you just want more and more and more and more, and then it's not enough. It's never enough, you know. Like they say in the program, one is too many and 1,000 is never enough. You know, that's very much how it is. I would not recommend it necessarily, but if you ever get prescribed like perks for a surgery or something, pop a couple extras, see how you feel.
What's scary though is I've read stories about again on Reddit. I've read these stories about these guys who are recovered addicts. They have to go in for a major surgery. They don't disclose to the doc that they are recovering addicts, already recovered addict. Like there's a subreddit that I love, and it's called I think this one might have been under Ask Reddit, and then the topic was what's the quickest way you've seen someone fuck up their life, and it's this dude who was a heroin addict, pretty much the time frame that you're saying, late teens, early 20s, and then he had gotten his shit together, went sober, $100,000 a year job. Yeah, and then he had to go
prescribed Vicodin or something.
Yeah, he had a root canal happen, and they gave him Percocets.
Yeah.
And
it
brought back all of his addictive habits. It brought back the need. It brought back everything you've been describing. And he trashed his life within 3 months.
So fast.
Wife is gone. Kids are gone. Debt out of this world.
Dude.
And I think his brother found him literally found him in a ditch.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm positive. It's crazy how fast it happens. Because, like, you know, I had these periods of clean time, and they get shorter and shorter and shorter. And then the time frame that it takes me to get really bad gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it was terrifying. Like the last time I went, I was like, I literally did not see a way out. I was like, I'm gonna die like this. Like I can't stop. This is insane. Like I feel horrible and guilty all the time for everything I'm doing, but I cannot stop. It was like hell. It was like I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It was incredibly just like first humbling, but also like just like the powerlessness. Like you are a slave to this thing, and you will do anything to get more of it, including destroy your life. And you'll feel how awful it feels to destroy your life, which means that you need more of this thing. And it's just this, like, it's demonic. Like I don't know who, like, I don't know who invented that shit, but like fentanyl specifically, but they need to be shot. Like that shit, it ruins lives so fast. And they put it in everything now. Like, that's how Lil Peep died. That's how fucking, like, 5 or 6 other rappers I know died. Is because they got a fentanyl-laced something or other and fucking overdosed and died. It's like, and I've overdosed so many times. It's just like, you know, it gets to there. It's at a point now where you leave a detox facility with Narcan. They give you Narcan when you leave. And they, you know, there's a lot of programs that give out Narcan to people on the street because that's it. That's all you have. And when you get hit with Narcan, let me describe what that's like. It's fucking insane. So, like, you know, you're just nodding off. It feels normal. It's fine. And then all of a sudden you wake up.
So for people who don't know what Narcan is, let's get into that.
So what heroin or any opioid does is it binds to the opioid receptors in your brain, right? And then these receptors also release certain hormones that make you breathe. So when you overdose on heroin, it's because too many of these receptors are taken, and your brain now no longer breathes on its own. It's not telling you to breathe, so you just stop breathing, and that's how you die of an overdose. So Narcan kicks the opioid off of the receptors in your brain and replaces it with Narcan. You start breathing again instantly. It's an instant reaction. The problem is that it also sends you into immediate full withdrawal, like shaking, sweating, vomiting, shitting your pants, withdrawal, like that. Like literally you wake up and you're sweating, you're shaking. It's like horrible. You feel so sick. And then you can't get high again for a couple hours because the Narcan is still bound to your opioid receptor. So no matter what you do, you can't really get high. Even some people say for like a week or 2 after that, they couldn't get high. But it saves your life, and it's crazy. It's like that. It's so fast.
What's scary about that is because, like, so now the department here, we have a handout Narcan for like when we run in like overdose calls. Like if they don't want to go to the hospital, we
Yeah.
can't really force them to.
Yeah.
We can now just leave them Narcan. But what's scary about it, like when someone's overdosing, we show up and we give them Narcan as nasally or IM in the muscle. They come to pretty quickly.
Yep.
Maybe it takes like a minute, 30 seconds, but they come quick. And then, like she said, 100% sober. Like they're totally sober. Now
Stone sober.
that's why like when we give it, like that's the like one of the key things, like number one thing is like once you give it, back up.
Yeah,
Just
because
back
they're
the
going to
fuck
go.
up. They're going to wake up and they're going to fucking start swinging.
Yeah, they are. Because it hurts. It's like.
Yeah. But a lot of
pain.
people, they don't want to go to the hospital after that. They're like, no, I'm good. It's like,
I'm
well,
alive.
yeah,
Yeah.
we know you're good now, but the problem is
We
that
don't know
the
how long you were
half-life,
without oxygen.
the half-life of Narcan is way less than that of like opiates.
Yeah.
So like you can be like, I'm fine now. And then in 10, 15 minutes,
You go
depending
out
on how
again.
much you took, Narcan's gone now.
Yeah.
And so now whatever was still in your system, heroin wise, whatever opiate wise, is now going to attack you again. And boom, just like that,
Out
you
like
can
a
be
light.
fucking out again.
Out like a light. It's a very peaceful death for sure, because you don't know you're dying, you're asleep. But it's still like, it's crazy. First of all, the fact that like that's just the norm. Like, you know, if you are like, you know, me and my friends, we had Narcan on us all the time. Like, always somebody had Narcan. Like that was just how it was. Like that was the life we lived. Like I still have Narcan just in case, because I have this weird fear, but also because like you can see someone overdosed and no one's gonna fucking help that guy. Like, you know, you walk through a back alley or whatever, especially in Phoenix in the summer, fucking nobody gives a fuck, dude. And if they can't see you, you know, this guy's just dying, lips blue in the fucking street. So you give him some IM Narcan and, you know, there you go. But
And Narcan is typically administered through a nasal spray, right?
yeah, you can do nasal spray, and then there's also intramuscular injection.
Like an
You can-
EpiPen almost.
Yeah, you can give it in like the outer arm, or I think the outer thigh, but I don't remember. I always do it in the shoulder.
It's anywhere in the muscle.
Okay.
Usually
the
it's the
butt.
deltoid because it's pretty muscly on anybody.
Yeah.
Thigh sometimes. But I have a quick question for you. I don't know if you knew it. Where the fuck does the myth of putting ice on somebody who's overdosing come from? Did you ever hear about that?
Never heard about that, but I do know the one of pouring water on them, which has worked for me a couple times in the past, but I've never heard the one of putting ice. That sounds
Like-
hilarious.
4 out of 5 calls that go on overdosing, there's like fucking ice all over them.
I wonder what they think that's going to do.
I
Like, if
don't
anything, that's
know.
going to relax your nervous system more. We don't need that.
Yeah, it
right
presses
now.
your heart more because now you're cold, so now your heart beats
so
slower.
let's not do that. Yeah, get him in a hot shower or something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, why did this guy? This guy pissed himself, and they're like, no, he's just covered in ice.
Yeah.
every time.
and
it's
if
like,
he pissed
what the
himself, he's
fuck?
probably fucking dead. Like, if he's pissed himself, he's dead, bro. Like, that's what happens when you die. It's crazy and it's scary. Like, it's just this weird, and it's just like normal. Like, like the feeling of just like being in a room full of people that you don't really know and don't really care about, but also knowing that literally your life is in everyone's hands here and vice versa, is just like this weird, like, you know, like it's kind of indescribable. It's like it's weird because, like, you know, I know a lot about medicine now, because I never wanted to be a paramedic or anything like that. I've always been kind of interested in medicine, but now I know because most of the time, like, even especially in Phoenix, like, some paramedics are fucking dicks, dude. Like, they fucking hate you if you're a drug addict. They're fucking assholes to you. So we're like, I'm not calling the fucking paramedics. I'll just do it myself. Like, you know, and keep an eye on him for 10, 15 minutes. And if he's good, then he's good. If not, we have more Narcan. We're just going to do that all night, I guess. And it's so bad for you. And it's just, you know, like, instead of, it's sad. It's really sad. Because, like, you know, I get it. Like, sure, drug addicts can be pieces of shit sometimes. But, like, man, they're people. Like, they deserve to be alive, I think, personally. Like, you know, at the very least. You know, they can do what they want with their body. I get that it's dumb and they shouldn't be doing it, but it's not up to you. And, you know, hey, you're a paramedic, man. What the fuck you? Like, what are you doing? Like,
So that's definitely a topic that I want to get into for sure, especially with bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
But so to close all this out, you go to rehab. You said December 5th.
Yeah,
of
2020.
2020. And so what that was in Phoenix?
here in New Mexico.
It was in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what was that experience like?
Okay, so the program director is a crackhead, to start. So he's been clean for 8 years, but he also has not been working a program for 8 years. So he just gets to blow up at people for no reason, and we just have to take it because he's the pastor, and that's fine. And I butted heads with this. When I graduated, in true Riley fashion, every single staff member there was like, I know we've butted heads in the past, but I love you.
That sounds like every teacher
Yeah.
and TLA you had
Yeah.
at NIMI.
I know we butted heads. It's like, fuck you, man. You made my life miserable, and I think you're an idiot. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, fuck you guys. Like, because there were some people there that were just, I feel like they were unreasonable on purpose. Like, it was just unbelievable. And then, like, when I would try to assert boundaries with people, which, you know, you never do that with unhealthy people. It's, like, impossible. Like, for example, I was like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. You cannot speak to me that way. You're upsetting me. Like, you can't say shit like that to me. You are in charge of me. You can't talk to me like that. And they're like, oh my God, you are manipulating me. You're being manipulative right now. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck you. I don't want to be here anymore. And they were like, oh, that's obvious. We know you don't want to be here anymore. And I was like, okay, then take me home. I don't want to. I was there for like 11 months at this point, and the program director had gone off on me for like 20 minutes, just like telling me I was a failure, telling me that I hadn't made any progress in this program, that this and that and the other thing. And I was just like, you can't talk to me that way. Like, please stop talking to me this way. You're upsetting me. Like, you're hurting my feelings. I don't want to be spoken to this way. And he was just like, oh my God, you're so manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate me and all this shit? And I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck you. We're not doing this. I want to go home. And he was like, no, we know. It's obvious you want to go home. It's obvious. And I was just like, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, the amount of times I have never come so close to catching a case as I have at that rehab with multiple people every day. I was like, dude, you don't know who the fuck I am. Like, not even in like, oh, I'm so like big and tough kind of way, but like, dude, I don't have a problem with physical violence. Like, I will hurt you, like, on purpose. I'll hurt you. And they did not give a shit. They hated me for the most part. Some of the girls there were really cool. Some of them were not. And I was there for a year, and I was just stuck there. Had to do what they said. We did car washes in the summer. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday for like 13 hours a day. We'd just be out in the sun washing cars. We didn't get any of the money. We were raising money for the ministry, so we didn't get any money. You had to work at the thrift store sometimes for free, because that's part of paying your tuition, is working at their thrift store for them for free. At their thrift store for them for free, where they get all the profits. It goes straight to their bank account. Also, we have to apply for food stamps and let them use our food stamps to buy food for us.
Whoa, okay, wait. Okay, okay. Because again, my brain is the way it is. I need to like validate things.
Ask
right?
me.
So, okay, you applied for food stamps.
Yes, and got food stamps.
And you get this government assistance that is taxpayer funded.
For me.
For you.
And I have to give it to this institution.
And you give the card or
to the boss, and he just has it.
And they use it to buy the food that you eat.
Yes.
Is there any of their money that goes to buy food?
No. But some of their money does go to buy like cleaning supplies and stuff. But again, where is the money coming from? The thrift store that I work at for free, and the car wash that I work at for free.
And you had to be there and pay to be there.
Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, so you're getting it. So you understand why I'm like, where the fuck is all the money I gave you?
What's this place called?
Teen Challenge.
Please look this up.
Oh, hell yeah. How do you like what you found?
Oh, it's fucking just, it looks
bizarre.
So stupid.
Bizarre.
Okay, I wanted to get to the end of the rehab conversation before I took a pee, but I'm about to fucking explode. So
that's fine. Go for it.
I'm gonna run real quick. If you could just look up and find interesting things, possibly on YouTube. I would love to hear propaganda.
Yeah,
I love
my
propaganda.
God, dude.
So if you can find stuff like that, I'll be back in a
Yes,
minute. I gotta
100%.
explode.
You should check out the Teen Challenge Facebook too. So bad. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which one?
They all look about right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that post like before and after testimonies and shit, obviously, and then there's also a lot that are like the truth. So, because they're all like private. They're like, it's like a franchise. Like, you can privately own your own like Teen Challenge kind of, as long
that's
as
so that's what sketched me out the most when I was looking at it, is when you go to the website and you look at what's the cost. It's like, oh, that's the hardest. It's I'll read it straight from the website. It's
Yeah, hell
fucking
yeah.
insane.
Hell yeah, do
It
it.
doesn't even like. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Whereas
No, it's all weird. It's very.
learn more. Where is it? I saw it somewhere. About. You start a center. It's fucking right there.
Yep. You can just go on there. And I think the only requirement for starting a center is that you have to be a Teen Challenge graduate, and that's it.
Yeah, program cost.
Yeah.
The most difficult to answer. Yeah, it's because they're all independently run.
Yes,
so
they are.
can, with their own board of directors. So,
Yep.
so there's no set cost. So they can just make it cost
Yep.
whatever
Yes,
they want.
They can make it cost whatever they want. And
Typically much lower, quote, than
Yeah.
many other addiction recovery centers.
Not true.
And then they say the cost like goes through, and you can read it for yourselves.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
when you
I
read
had
this.
to
Yeah.
sign that shit. I was there, dude.
It comes from donations first.
Yes.
Micro
That's what
enterprises.
the thrift store is.
That means
Is donation. Micro enterprises are like the thrift store. We would do like fundraisers where we would like go and sell these crafts that we
Yeah.
did not make. We would sell them and bring back the cash and give it to the boss, and that was their money. Like we didn't get any of the money. Not that I would really necessarily expect to, but like there's some shit. Like they had a fundraiser last year while I was in the program for $88,000, and they got it and still did another fundraiser after that.
What is it called? Indentured servitude.
Yeah, that's literally
Yeah,
what it
it's
was.
basically what-
That's
and then it
literally
says
what it is.
student fees are the third leg of income for the ministry.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the cost of the fees is not set lightly.
Yes, it is.
Strive to keep costs as affordable as possible. Like that's insane.
Yeah,
to me.
and there's
yeah.
they just implemented it when I left, but there was no therapy there. There was no like addiction recovery of any kind. It was just read the Bible,
Yeah,
and that was it. Which like don't get me wrong, like I'm not shitting on the Bible. Okay, I read the entire thing twice, back to front, while I was there because I had nothing else to do, and I'm fucking bored easily. So I read the entire Bible back to front twice in two different translations.
Sounds like a weekend in the 1500s.
Dude. Like, the Bible's pretty cool. It's fine, you know, whatever, sure. But then knowing it in depth like I did and seeing how blatantly not doing any of the shit in it it was just like a slap in the face. It was like, dude, are you fucking joking?
So what did you find when I was gone?
Oh,
Were you pull up anything?
So basically, like you can go like right here, and it's like, oh, hey, you want to start a center? Just
Yeah.
click on this. You can go right ahead and start a center.
Start a center.
Yeah, you can start
Like,
a
I
center.
could start
you can start
my
a rehab. You can
own
start your own teen
rehab.
challenge.
Yeah, look at that quick 6-step program and start our own rehab center.
So you know what? This reminds me of something. So there was. I don't watch a lot of his newer stuff just because like I don't agree with all of his politics recently.
Okay.
But John Oliver.
Oh, okay.
He does the Last Week Tonight thing on HBO.
Yeah, I know him.
He did a really good expose piece, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He did a really good piece on. Funny, we were talking about this about caregiving facilities
Yeah.
and about caregivers in general, and like the whole business of starting up your own LLC to be a caregiving service where these
Yeah.
people were just doing it, starting it, and making a shit ton of money.
Ton of money.
And
Because that's
cutting-
insurance money.
Yeah, it's a ton of insurance money that they're making, and they're collecting all the profit, making the absolute bare minimums for everybody else, including the clients.
Yeah.
And then they're once you start crossing, I think he said like the average was like when you start crossing like $600,000 in profit a year, they started just getting into. That's where typically there was just so much fraud
And
going on
abuse and neglect.
abuse.
Yeah.
And it's just absolute insanity.
I was telling my friend at coffee earlier, I was like, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm the only person there with these ladies for 12 hours. There's no manager. There's no one around. We're in a neighborhood. Like, I'm the only one there. There's cameras. But, like, you know, it's the client's word against mine, which is so fucked up because they're going to believe me almost every time unless there's some real evidence there. Not that I would ever do anything, but just the fact that you can so easily.
Because again, we live in an ugly world.
Yeah,
and there
people
are
do ugly shit.
and there are ugly things that happen.
Yeah.
So
you
anyway,
guys are gonna love I Care a Lot.
Okay, good.
It's so fucking.
I'm excited to watch it. I'll watch it with Thomas.
especially because you guys are like working it and living it.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love it.
I'll watch it with Thomas. That sounds like a great one.
so okay, so
yeah,
you
sorry.
can start up your own
Yes, you can.
thing.
Yeah, anybody can. That's what I was telling Joey earlier. Is it's like a franchise, so like you can kind of just start your own. So like each teen challenge is very different. So like the one I went to necessarily probably is not one of the best, but there are some that are really, really actually good, like really good places with like actual like medical staff and like fucking like mental health services, and they allow medication. I almost wasn't allowed in because I was on psych meds, and they told me that they don't take people on psych meds. And I literally, the story that the fucking pastor tells about how I got into the program was me and my dad were sitting in his car. We were sitting outside the facility waiting for them to open the gate. And pastor goes, yeah, we don't allow people with meds here. So I don't know why you drove all the way here, because we're not letting you in. You're on psych meds. And my dad starts weeping uncontrollably because like, he was like, Pastor, you don't understand. Like, my daughter is going to die. Like, I have nowhere else to go. Like, what do you want us to do? You know? And, and I just like stone faced, apparently, I don't really remember this because I was kicking pretty hard. But I was like stone faced and I was just like, you're a fucking pastor, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so you like talk to God and shit? And he was like, yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. And I was like, so what the hell does God want? Because I'm pretty sure he wants me in this program because he wants me to get better. But if that's not what he wants, then let me know what he wants, because I'm just trying to fucking do my best, dude. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna die. Like, I need to tell me what to do. I'll do it. I don't care. And he was like, all right, you can come in. So from the very beginning, we were butting heads. Like, I was just like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Of course I'm on psych meds. I'm an addict. What's wrong with you?
So before we go further into this specific program, obviously the one you went to is very religiously based.
They all are.
They all are. Okay,
all
so
are.
that's the common
the
denominator within everything.
So evangelism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The way it started is pretty cool. This guy, we had to read the book on how it started, so that, like, as part of the program. His name was David Wilkerson.
That's some fucking indoctrination, if you ask me.
He was a good guy. He lived in Pennsylvania, buttfuck nowhere, country preacher, and for no reason, one random Tuesday, he was doing his Bible study, and God was like, you need to go to New York. And he was like, no, thanks, I'm good. And then he picked up this, the mailman delivered the mail, and there's this magazine, this Time Life magazine, and on the cover is a hand-drawn, like, court sketch of these 4 young boys on trial for murder in New York City. And David Wilkerson's like, what the hell? Like, so he opens it because, first of all, that's crazy, and second of all, he wants to read about this. He's like, well, these boys are young. And so it's the story of these 4 teenage heroin addicts who were in a gang in New York City. This was in the 50s, I think, the 40s or the 50s. And these 4 young boys had attacked and brutally stabbed to death a polio victim who was also 15 in New York City.
Can you find this?
Yes. The book is called The Cross and the Switchblade. The movie is called The Cross and the Switchblade. And I don't remember exactly what case it is that he was looking at, but it happened in, I don't know, you'll find it. I believe in you. So like, he's doing that, whatever. He's moved to tears by the story because these boys are so young, and he's buttfuck nowhere country preacher. He's like, I didn't know this kind of shit was happening. Like, what the hell is going on in New York City? Yeah, he was like, that's so wrong. And God's like, you need to go there. You need to go there. And he's like, what the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do? He's like, you just need to go help those boys. You need to help those boys. And he keeps hearing it over and over for weeks. And so finally he asks his congregation. He's like, I know it's crazy, but I feel like God is telling me to go help these boys in New York City. So I'm going to take an offering, and just please, if you can, give me some money. I'm trying to go to New York. And they're like, all right. He has exactly enough down to the penny for a taxi there, a hotel, and a taxi back. So he goes to this trial. And
if you could find the trial.
It's
I'm looking.
His name was Michael. It happened in New York City. The man who died, his name was Michael something. He was 15. And the other boys were in a gang. And so David Wilkerson goes there for the trial. There's a really famous picture of him, actually, because he goes to the trial and he goes to the judge and he's like, I'd like to see the boys. And he's like, that's funny. Like, no one's seeing those kids. Like, who the fuck are you even? And he's like, I'm a preacher. I'm just trying to, God told me to come here. I'm just trying to see him. He's like, look, I appreciate that, but you can't, that's not how it works here. Like, you can't just walk into a courtroom and ask to see the perpetrators of a horrible crime. That's not how it works. You're going to have to leave. So he's like, well, fuck, all right. And he's going out to the hallway and all these reporters are out there. And they're like, hey, like, preacher. They'll call him preacher. And they're like, hey, preacher, like, what you got there? And he's like, it's my Bible. And they're like, you like it? And he's like, yeah. He's like, why are you holding it down like you're ashamed of it? So he holds it up and they just take like 50 or 60 pictures of him. And he was like, he was like, I was so naive. I didn't understand that, like, they were just looking for a headline. So he was all over the headlines of the news as, like, crazy country preacher comes into this trial trying to fucking evangelize and all this shit. Wow. And they, like, smeared him, and he was, like, heartbroken. He goes home. He's like, what am I doing wrong? And God's like, go back to New York. And he's like, I'm not going back there, man. Like, I just humiliated myself. I'm not going back there.
I want to read this fucking
book. It's good. He's like, I'm not going back there. That's not happening. And God's like, you should go back. You should go back for like weeks. So finally he does it again. He takes up another offering. Congregation gets in New York. He goes there and he's trying to find these boys. He can't get a hold of them. The prison says that he can't talk to him. He's just getting stonewalled at every option. He's like, God, I don't know what to fucking do. So he's just driving around like the worst part of Brooklyn. He's just driving around, sleeps in his car, and gets woken up by some kid trying to steal the hubcaps off his car. And he's like, what are you doing, man? And the kid ends up being his friend and taking him around and showing him the different gangs and stuff. And David goes in and he meets these people. He meets these drug addict teenagers and, like, gets to know them and, like, what they're doing. And there's a girl named Maria who's a heroin addict, and he's trying to help her and all this stuff. And he's like, there is no programs for these people. Like, why is there no help for these people? So he starts the first teen challenge. And it was originally for teens only, because that was the problem in New York in the 50s, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like how he became the founder, and he's a good guy. He's cool. He died in a car accident in 2011. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, great book. Great book. Good movie. Kind of hokey, but it's good. And you know, it's pretty cool. It was a cool read. I'm glad it wasn't super boring. But that's how the whole program started. So the program itself, I believe, is actually really good. I think it's a great idea. I think it started in good places, but you know, when it gets this big, it's in over 90 countries all over the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like it's huge. Like this program's huge.
International operation.
Worldwide. It's a corporation. It's a business now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, you know.
So was there a time, was it a slow and gradual build, or do you believe that there was a time when you were doing the rehab program where it was like, okay, this is working for me? Like there was
most of the time I was like, this is not fucking working.
Really?
Yeah, I hated it. Everybody there, not everybody. I had trouble getting along with the other girls. I had trouble getting along with staff. I didn't fit in. I am hard-headed and stubborn, and like you know, especially about shit like that. Like, you can't tell me I don't belong here because I'm on meds. You can't they tried to get me off my meds several times and I'm like, no, that's nice that you got off. Cause you know, one girl has like a miracle story how she was on like 7 meds and then she just stopped them and now she's fine. And it's like, that's great. Yeah. I have been off my meds and it's not pretty, you know, like that's great for you. I'm happy that God did that for you or whatever, but like I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think this is the place to try to wean off my meds. I think if I want to in the future, when I've been sober a few years and my brain chemistry is stable, I can try it if I want. But you know, there was just a lot of like Christian, like values that were kind of twisted, you know, like, no shorts, none of this, none of that. You can't wear this. No spaghetti straps.
Hyper-regulation.
Very much so. And a lot of shame-based logic, like no tank tops because your body is gross and you should. And it's just like, man, it is 90 degrees outside. Can I just wear a fucking tank top, please? Like, who cares? Like, it's not my fault you're looking at my tits, all right? You know? That's not my problem.
So you stay there for a total of, you said 14 months? 15 months?
I was there for 12 months.
12 months. Okay, so when you were starting to get your way out of there, you're done with like month 10, you're going to month 11, and you're finishing your time.
Yes.
What was the exit process, right? Like was it like a reintegration type
Michael
deal?
Farmer. Michael Farmer was the kid's name.
Michael Farmer.
Sorry. Well, it was like, okay, so the way that it typically works is all of the staff there are former graduates of the program that just stay there. Very cult-like, no. There's
Interesting.
No outsourcing, none of that shit. So you stay and you're an unpaid intern for a year, and then you get to be hired on as like a behavioral health technician, but you don't have to get certified in anything. And you don't really have to know anything about how to lead people or how to be good at anything. Like, there's really no qualification because they can't hire out because that wouldn't that wouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like, truly qualified people are smart enough to question things.
Sounds
and
very Branch Davidian to me, but
it was quite strange, and it was even stranger being the guy who was just like, hey, that's kind of bullshit and weird, right? And then everybody would be like, Riley, why are you so defiant? Why are you so rebellious? That's a sin. And you'd be like, fuck you, man. Like, I'm just trying to ask why I can't, if I'm making the menu and I'm cooking, like, why can't I use my own food stamps to buy myself a coffee at the goddamn grocery store when I go every week? Like, come on, but
that's still, like, I haven't, like, that is still kind of in my brain right now. Like, the fact that they are forcing you to forfeit government assistance that is under your name and social security number.
Yes.
Like, it is
fraud. They're forcing you to commit fraud.
Yes, that is fraud.
That's food stamp fraud.
Like, if I had food stamps and I
Can
gave
you
it
let
to
anybody
him
else use them for
to
anything?
use it and he gets caught, we're both fucked
Going
on
to
fraud.
prison.
Yeah.
Going to prison fraud. And that is, I know that that's the case in a couple of different rehabs I've been to, so it might be a thing that is allowed, but it's still sketchy as hell.
I just wonder if that's like something that is in the fine print,
It is, I think.
That's something you sign and they got that like triple checked by lawyer teams.
I doubt it. I doubt it. There was a lot of shit I had to sign, to be fair, but also, like, the people that run, they're not very smart.
Well, but on the other hand, though, if you're running an organization that gets so big, this can't be the only location where they do it.
No,
so
it's the only one in New Mexico.
Right, but it can't be the only one that does this with the food stamps.
I think it would probably be the only way you could afford to get food at a nonprofit.
Right,
potentially.
And then with someone, you can't be the only person questioning that. So someone had to have brought this up.
Yeah.
There's probably like some weird bylaw because it's a rehab center.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but the thing is, they never had an answer. That was what bothered me the most, is they would just get really defensive and angry.
That could be a product
and
of
not
poorly
give
trained
me,
individuals.
Yeah, they just don't fucking
For
know.
sure. They just don't know.
These are the owners. These are the executive state directors that I was bitching at, being like, where the fuck is my money going? Like, my dad gave you guys $2,000 as a donation just because he thinks this place saved my life and my eternal soul. So, like, he donated a fucking 1988 fucking... It's like a little Italian car. I can't remember the brand. Fuck.
Porsche,
No.
Ferrari,
No.
Miata.
No. It's 2 words.
Aston Martin.
No, it's not an
That's
Aston
not
Martin.
Italian.
It's I'm so sorry, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a brand. It's an Italian car brand. It was Italian red, and they auctioned it off because my dad donated it for free, and they auctioned it off and made money off the auction. They still haven't given the car to anybody. It's been 3 months since the auction. Where's the money going? You know what I mean?
We don't know. Yes,
I'd like to take a look at your books, ma'am.
Yes, the money, but like some guy paid for a car, so hasn't gotten it.
Yeah, well, because you bought a raffle ticket for the car, and then they're gonna raffle off the car. So we don't know who did it. What the fuck is it called?
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. It was a 1988 Alfa Romeo Spider. That was what he donated. A 1988 Alfa Romeo Spider in Italian red, and it was a convertible.
I'm excited to see what this car looks like.
It was very cute. It's like a little go-kart. Yep, that's the car.
That's a fucking... I love to...
It's little.
Wow.
It's little tiny.
That's like the definition of a weekend car.
It's kind of tight, right?
That's the definition.
Yeah, my dad just donated it to the center for free. He just gave it to them. Wow. And like I was telling Joey earlier, they had in the spring they called it Project 88 because they needed to raise $88,000 to pay for the debt that they had accrued during COVID, which I could see that, sure. They raised it and then proceeded to have like 3 or 4 more fundraisers. Project 88 is still going on, technically, even though they met their goal already. And it's just a lot of that, like once they found out I could sing, it was over for me. Like they had me doing, because you have to go to churches like once a week, and like you have to like give your testimony and you have to dress up all cute and like go up there and sing choir songs and like give your testimony or whatever. And once they found out I could sing and play guitar, they made me like front it, and my dad was the head of the choir for the last like little event that we had. It was hard. Like they had me like performing out there like a fucking monkey, And again, I didn't see any of this money. Like they were exploiting all of our talents and our labor for money. It was quite strange. And like when you ask the questions and they give you the answers, it sounds fine. Like, okay, that makes sense. They're a nonprofit, so they don't get funding from the government. So they do have to raise everything from donations. But also, Pastor Robert, you drive a 2021 fucking like Ford Explorer. Like, it's a nice ass car. It's a nice car. Like, it has Wi-Fi in his car. Like, you know, like, and I'm over here wondering what we're gonna eat tomorrow. Like, what's going on?
So this brings up a very good topic, specifically with the pandemic, and I'd love to hear your take on this.
Yeah.
So there are 2 churches here in New Mexico that received it, and like the big 2. I know that Calvary
yeah.
and Sagebrush, they received it, but across the country. So when the pandemic kicked off, there was the whole it was like the paycheck protection plan or
Yeah.
whatever, and then the big one though was the small business grants or whatever it was.
Oh.
Right, where businesses were getting millions of dollars to stay afloat,
Yeah.
literally just stay
Yeah,
afloat
yeah.
during the pandemic. Well, and anyone who knows me or listens to this, like I'm a Christian. That is what
Same.
That's what I identify myself with. And that's what I do my best to practice.
Same. Which is weird to say out loud.
However, I do not enjoy the fact that Calvary and Sagebrush, which are, would you agree, Joey, that Calvary and Sagebrush are mega churches?
They are mega churches.
Yeah, they're corporate churches.
Yeah.
Calvary 100% is
Yeah.
a fucking. They have a stage.
Right.
You go to a concert before church.
So when you have these giant,
Same with Legacy.
let's call them what they are,
Mega churches.
corporations.
Yeah, businesses.
Right, when they receive this kind of money, but these organizations are not taxed at all.
That is absolutely unacceptable.
Look,
I
I'm
think.
all for helping out a church or whatever, like a
Same.
small church or whatever. But if it's when these giant things, well, my whole thing is like,
Tax
I
them.
don't think churches should be taxed, but
I do.
but churches,
Mega churches.
if you are not taxed, you don't receive government assistance.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
You do not receive it
would
because
agree.
that is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is, because it's like, and that's like the loophole in a lot of this, which is why it bothered me so much. And I was like, where is this money going? Because it's all donations to a church, so none of it is taxed. You got 88 grand in cash and didn't have to pay tax for any of it. In fact,
Right.
you're probably getting a return because of how many donations you can write off.
You can write that as deductible.
Yeah, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And it's like that to me is just like an exploitation of the system, which, like, you know, I mean, I get it, I do it all the time, but like, it, for churches specifically, it just rubs me such a wrong way. Like I said, like, I read the Bible back to front twice. All right, like, I might not agree with everything in there, and I don't have to. I don't think that's the fucking point. But like, you know, they made me do that. That was the whole thing. That was all
Yeah.
we did was read the Bible, read the Bible, read the Bible, go to church, read the Bible. That was it. So I know this shit back to front. I could quote scripture like a rapper. Like, I got bars, dude. And like, and they would turn around and they would pull that shit. And they would pull that, like, you know, Pastor Robert would tell me I'm a failure and tell me all this shit. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who do you think
Right.
you are? Like, okay, God's child, also God's child. Not the fucking, no one's above me. Like, you, and he's, you know, he's got a Napoleon complex. He's short. I know for a fact he was intimidated by me because a lot of people are, which is weird. But like, because just the way he reacted when I said anything to him, or like, he viewed me as competition. He didn't view me as an equal. He viewed me as, you know, instead of like a person who needed help in his program, he viewed me as like a coworker. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was like, you know?
Well, it's just weird because that's where I come at a crossroads with like religion and going to church.
Yeah,
Because I
fuck
don't,
religion.
Like, I don't go to church anymore just because
either.
like it's so, to me, it's so commercialized and it's so syndicated that I can't buy what they're saying.
Yeah, bubblegum sermons.
Yeah.
Like, oh, your life is great and thank God for this. And it's like, yeah, but also like, I'm a fucking, you know, like, I can't, I like, that's nice and all, and I'm glad that you're all placated by that, but can we actually talk about what the fuck it says in here? Because like,
Yeah, and then, but then on the other hand, like specifically like with Calvary, I really enjoy Skip Heitzig.
so do I. He's cool.
I really enjoy what he has to say, and I like hearing like his solo stuff.
Yeah,
and
you
I
can
think,
see why he got to be a mega church.
Yeah,
he's good at his job.
He is very well spoken, and he's a scholar, right?
Yeah.
He knows what the fuck he's
His
talking
sermons
about.
are based in the word usually.
And then in Sagebrush, I haven't listened to a lot of it like in the past couple of years, but I used to really, from what I remember, I really enjoyed Todd Cook. I think he's like, where Skip is the scholar, Todd Cook is like the real sociable guy.
Okay, gotcha. He's the front man.
Yeah, he's the dude you'll sit it down and he'll talk to you about God, but he'll also pour you a drink.
Yeah.
He
for
comes off as that kind of path, so I enjoy both sides of that.
sure. Yeah, you like the vibes.
But then just everything around it I hate.
Yeah, me too. The whole culture.
Like, look, I understand this is like society's evolving. You need to find new ways to kind of play to your audience and bring people in.
You have to be with the times.
Like
you have to be modern.
You have to go out and preach.
Yeah.
But like on the other hand, it's like I don't love how much money you guys make off
extravagant
of it.
displays of wealth.
Yeah, should the pastors get paid? Yes. Should
Absolutely.
the staff get paid? Yes, it's a business.
Should you live in a mansion? No.
You have to get people going, but like
like fuck Joel Osteen.
Fuck
that guy.
People like him
fuck that guy.
Are on a completely different level.
Yeah, but that's the kind of shit that we're talking, like that's what happens when you don't tax people.
Yeah, but the reason why I don't like the idea of churches getting taxed is I don't want the government telling churches what to do.
Fair. There has to be the separation of church and state.
Yes,
I do get that.
Once you start taxing it, the government now says, "Hey, well, we tax you. You're kind of part of us.
You pay
now.
taxes, so you are now government property or whatever." Like
Yes.
I get it. It's a fine line, but it's like, it's like the people who exploit it piss me off. What are you laughing at?
His net worth is $100 million.
Yeah, I bet.
August 2020.
He lives in an $80 million mansion that he did not open up to people during the hurricane in Austin, and he also didn't open his church for refugees.
Guys, like that's not right.
No,
like,
it's not.
I believe the
church is a place for all people.
Yeah.
All religions, all sexes, all nationalities. Yeah, that's his house. That's his house.
Like, look, I want
to burn it down. I want to spit on it. I want to piss in all of his furniture.
I will never claim like I know who's going to heaven or who's going to hell. I'm not God, right? But I have a very strong belief he will not be in heaven.
He won't. And that's the weird part too that I learned was just like most of the people that say they're Christians aren't going to be there.
Well, because
they're not. Like you can sit there and like no, salvation isn't earned and stuff, and it's not based on how you act. It is like accepting Jesus into your heart. That is literally the only thing that you need to do to be saved. But they also it's not like none of this has consequences. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you really think that guy has Jesus in his heart? You really think there's room for him in his heart with all that fucking money in there?
He saw a fucking business opportunity and he took it. So the one
He's
part of me,
business genius.
Yeah, the one part of me is like
Jeff Bezos,
mogul.
Yeah,
good for you. But on the other hand, it's like, well, I mean,
have you seen his church? It's like a stadium.
Yeah, Osteen's. Yeah, it's insane.
Fuck, dude.
Well, he's got multiple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the one in Houston, I think, is the one I'm thinking.
Is that where he's based out of?
Yeah, that's where he lives. I think.
Okay.
He lives in Texas for sure. Texas. Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. That's the one. That's a fucking football stadium.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like,
bro, they're about to host SummerSlam for WWE there.
Real. About to go see Drake live. The Lakewood Church in fucking Houston.
It's a literal stadium.
It's a stadium.
And so that is the. So talking to both Joey and people listening, like that's the stadium that got locked up during all the hurricanes.
Yeah. Do you see how many people? Like that's why that disgusts me.
Yeah, he famously did not open until there was like a giant social media backlash.
Yeah.
He finally decided to
not even in a annoying religious way, but like how dare you? Yeah, how dare you claim to represent Jesus? How dare you?
Or any kind of God figure.
God, but specifically because Jesus is my God, and that's weird. But like, are you joking? Like, I know the guy pretty well, actually. He saved me. He saved me. He has pulled me out of the darkest parts of my life single-handedly. It sounds crazy. I know it does. I don't care. That's what happened. How dare you use his name like that? So, how dare you preach all of this shit that you preach and then do shit like that? How dare you? Like, this is why people hate
Christians.
Religion and Christians specifically. This is why, and it makes perfect sense. If I didn't know any better, I hated him too. I hated them. I still kind of do. They're kind of shitty people sometimes because they hide behind the gaze of like, oh, I'm saved. And it's like, that's great, but you don't get to be a shitty person anymore now. Like, you can if you want, but do you really want to be? Like,
so that was going to be one of the last things I brought up about, specifically the rehab. Coming out of that with such a religious foundation, what aspect or aspects of that ended up leading you into Christianity? What do you think it was that made that make sense to you?
The Bible. The Bible made sense to me at first because it was so boring. Anyone out there who doesn't want to read the Bible because it's boring, I understand. But the New Living Translation, amazing, incredible. And you don't have to read the whole fucking Bible. Just start in like the New Testament. Start in like John or Mark or one of the Gospels. Just do it, just for fun. Just fuck around. See if you agree with it. See if you can find anything in there that isn't true. I just challenge you to do that. Like, not the Old Testament, right? I'm not fucking sure about that. But, like, the New Testament, there's some stuff that it's just kind of like, damn, like, first of all, how cool would it have been to walk with this guy? Like, what a badass. Like, still forever thinking of the time that he cursed at a fig tree because he was mad that it didn't have fruit and then killed it. It's my favorite. But, like, he hung out with prostitutes. He hung out with drug addicts. He hung out with lepers. He fucking hated the government. He paid taxes. And he was a good man, and he died wrongly. And, like, whether you believe that he was the son of God or whatever the fuck it is, he was a real person, and they've proven that.
Right.
Which is kind of strange.
Well, even people like the Scientologists or certainly the Mormons, but the Scientologists, agnostic people, even like Buddhists or Muslims, they acknowledge Jesus, Yeshua, as a person, but the best credit they'll give them is that he was a good guy.
Or a prophet,
or he was
cases.
a really well-learned individual, or some would say
or a
prophet.
Teacher. He was, he was all these things, which, like, I get it. You know, it's all a debate. I can't even really get into it because I couldn't tell you why. I can't even really, I can defend it
to
well
a point.
enough.
No, I get you. Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's like, I don't have all the answers for you, and you're never going to have all the answers, and that is the point. That's the whole point.
Exactly
I'm sorry.
That's the point.
I'm sorry. I know that sucks. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around it a lot, but, like, it's real. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so I read the Bible, and then we would have like people from Calvary Rio Rancho, which was my home church when I was a little girl, would come once a month on Sundays, and they did this thing called Sunday Night Explosion, where you basically just got to sit in a room full of pastors and people who were, like, really learned in the Word, and you could ask them anything you wanted, and they answered you truthfully, and, like, it was fucking dope. It was dope. Like, it was the coolest shit ever, because you could be like, why the fuck does this happen? If God is so real and so this or that, why does this happen? And then they could answer it for you and back it up with scripture and all of this, like, archaeology knowledge and shit. Like, it was cool as fuck. It was like going to class. I loved it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And, like, they were all so nice, and they remembered our names and what we were doing and how long we'd been there. And, like, it was just cool.
So is there anything from that experience, like those Sunday nights, that stick out to you that you remember?
Yeah. There were quite a few. We went over a lot of scripture, and a lot of them were my favorites. But, like, some of the things that we learned were just, like, like the story of the prodigal son is, like, one of my favorite pieces of scripture. The one in Luke specifically is incredible, and we went over that in depth. It's always been my favorite story in the Bible, even before I, like, really read the Bible. I knew about the story of the prodigal son or whatever, and we went through it inch by inch, and, like, picked apart every single thing in there, because there's so much culture in the Bible that we don't have now. Like, we are not old Jewish men on a farm, unfortunately, and there aren't really a lot of them left anymore. So, like, this man picking up his robes to go hug his son, who has been laying in pig shit and eating pig slop for weeks after. So, okay, I'm just gonna take you through it. Sorry, real quick, real fast. Okay, fast. So the prodigal son the story starts, he goes up to his father, he's like, I want my inheritance, I'm leaving. And in Jewish culture, and the inheritance was not given to you until your father died. So he was telling his father, you're fucking dead to me, give me my money, I'm leaving. And the dad's like, okay, here you go. And he leaves. And, he gallivants, does a bunch of bad shit, gets into prostitutes and stuff. And in the Jewish culture, you can't eat pork. Pigs are considered very unclean animals. And he finds himself, very much like a drug addict, in the muck, in the mire, with pigs. He's sleeping with pigs and wishing to eat what the pigs eat because it looks better than what he's eating. And he's like, I gotta go back home. Like, this, I didn't do it right. Like, I fucked up. I gotta go back to my dad. So he goes back, and it says that his dad sees him from a long way off, which means that his father has been looking for him to return every day since he left. And he picks up his robes, and runs, which that was not, no, absolutely not. Jewish man did not run. And he did not pick up his robes for anybody. This man didn't give a shit. He picked up his robes. He ran to his son and threw his arms around his neck. He kissed his face. He's covered in pigs. He's been sleeping with the pigs. He's unclean. And the father does not care. He's like, I love you. I'll take you back whenever, whatever. He's like, go kill the fatted calf. We're going to have a feast. The older brother is like, man, fuck you. You never gave me a fatted calf at the feast, and I've been here this whole time. I've been helping you this whole time. I've been here tending your fucking flowers, just working for my inheritance, and you never given me a party. And the dad's like, you never asked me for a party. Like, you think I wouldn't give this to you? Like, why don't you just go in there and be happy for your brother? And then the story ends before we find out whether that brother goes in to celebrate with the family or not. So it's like, up to you. Like the prodigal, a lot of people identify with the prodigal son. And then obviously the father is father of God, you know, God the
Right.
Father. But a lot of people actually are the other son.
Right.
Who's like, well, why are you giving this person salvation, you asshole? I did all this stuff. I opened all these churches and I raised all this money and I did all these things and look at all these things I did and look how much I talked to people. And he's like, okay, but you never left. Like,
Yeah.
you've always been here. Like, you know, it's just cool. I remember that distinctly because we went through every little, like we picked it apart, every word, every translation. It was really cool. And these people are so non-judgmental. They care a lot. They were lovely people. They were very, very nice. And I always baked food for when they came over, and they'd always take home a bunch of banana bread and stuff. It was just like, it was a good time, like once a month. It was our favorite time. Everyone at the center loved it. And then the people at Calvary love it too. And they have to like prepare sermons for us. It was cool.
Do you feel like, not feel like, but did you have like that prodigal son moment with your dad?
I did.
Whenever you got out of the center?
Oh my God. I still feel so bad because like I'm really close with my dad. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
My dad's a cool guy, and
One of my favorite, sorry to sidebar,
That's
one
fine,
of
go
my
for it.
favorite memories is over the course of our friendship.
Yeah.
I met your dad for the first time. Came over to the house.
Yep.
One of the first thing this guy does, long hair, chilling, right? He takes us both up to the upstairs part of his house. Got a huge record collection.
Yeah, and a big ass record player.
Pulls out Led Zeppelin 3, puts it on the record player, kicks it on, closes the thing, sits back in his chair, and as that's just playing, he just goes.
He's just nodding his head, dude.
Like a fucking stone
Yeah, dude.
salamander, dude. He's just chilling.
He's the coolest dude.
I was like, yeah, that's the guy. And then like
He's the coolest guy.
he doesn't have the cigar shop anymore, does he?
No, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I missed that place.
I remember the cigar shop was super dope. I was like, fuck, I'm not 18 yet. When I turn 18,
So
cigars.
cool. So cool. Yeah, now he works at a car dealership. He sells
Right,
BMWs.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool fucking guy. So I remember just like sitting in the car next to him and him just like weeping openly, like just like racked with sobs, weeping because I was essentially dead if I was not going to this program. Like that was it. That was the point we were at. Is if I continued to use, I was going to die. There was no coming back from it. There's no safe way to do anything. Like I'm gonna die. If I ever use again to this day, I will die. I'm not coming back. You know, and him hearing the executive state director telling me I couldn't come in, he just like broke down, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh god damn, like, fuck. And then the whole time, like, he was there, he visited me every weekend, like he was just, you know, he was on it, he was really on it, and like we're just really close. And I think like the moment I remember having, because like he would come and I'd bitch to him about everything going on, and I remember he came for my graduation, and like he spoke so like you get at 4 months you graduate to one phase of the program, and then at 8 months you graduate to the last phase of the program, and then at 12 months you like complete. So he came to all my graduations and he spoke at most of them, but for my actual graduation they asked him to come up and speak, and he couldn't get up because he was crying so hard, and I was just like, damn, like I love my dad, you know, like it was like a really like nice moment. And then I started crying, and then he just got up and came up on the stage and hugged me, and everybody in the room was crying, and it was very much like that moment of like me coming back. It wasn't even when I came back here literally and was like, I need to get clean, I can't live in Phoenix anymore. It was like after I graduated that
Right.
It was really cool. It was a cool moment, and we still talk all the time. We're really close, but it was cool. And I got a lot closer with my stepmom over that time too, which was nice because I always thought that woman fucking hated me. But
Right.
she didn't really. She's kind of nice.
Well, I remember that being a kind of a iffy situation growing up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
That was hard.
that's awesome to see that relationship
Dude.
rebuilt.
Again, not to make it about God, but it was God. I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't do any of that at all. Like,
Yeah.
It was crazy. And like some of the stuff I've seen happen to other people in the program because of genuinely, like, there is no other way to explain it. Like, this shit just doesn't happen to you if you don't turn your life around from being like the most broken drug addict ever to like turning your life to Christ for real. Like the transformation, like there's this girl, she's my best friend, and she lost custody of her son to her mother because she had an extremely abusive husband who abused the baby when she was at work and she didn't know. And she lost custody of him and started using super, super bad. Her husband beating her at this time, using her, and like he's using too. He's drinking, and her life is hell. She weighed like 80 pounds when she came in. Wow. And
How old was she?
She's 24. She's exactly my age. Yeah. And she's my best friend. I still talk to her every day. She's the one I went to get coffee with. Her and her mom. But like, she's so cool. She gets to see her son all the time now. And I'm pretty sure is going to get custody back by the end of this year. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It's fucking cool. It was so amazing to see her get to see her son again for the first time in 2 years. She hadn't seen him since he was a baby. It was cool. It was really cool. His name's Ryan. He's a cool kid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. It's cool. And like, there's one girl who hadn't seen any of her kids. One of her sons was adopted because she had him when she was 17 and gave him up for adoption because she couldn't take care of him. And she had 2 other kids, and it was just a messy family. Her father was murdered, and she ended up going real bad into heroin. She was dying on the side of the road, and she came to Teen Challenge, and now she got to see her adopted son. She met him. He wanted nothing to do with her. He was like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Fuck you. I never want to see you again. And now she sees him all the time, and she lives with her kids. Like, it's crazy. It's like, it's really cool. Like, the program works, but it's not because of anything that people do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was cool. It was, yeah, dude. That's why when we go to churches and like share testimonies and stuff, it's powerful.
Yeah.
Because you hear those stories and it sounds like fake Christian bullshit, but it really happened, and I saw these things happen.
No, and it's interesting you phrase it like that, just because while I'm hearing you tell all this stuff kind of in the back of my head, it's like the examples you're bringing up, the feelings that you've had, the experiences, and how dreadful a lot of them were. Like, the phrasing you're using is obviously some of the most raw that you can to describe that.
Yes.
And at the same time, it can also be described by like general audiences, or like just the public, is just rhetoric. It's like, oh, drugs are so bad. It's so hard to get off. You're never gonna
You've heard the stories. You've heard them all.
Right. But no, like, hearing it from the source is what a lot of people need.
Yeah, it's different.
And so about your best friend, was her name again?
Megan.
Okay, so
I love her.
We could talk about this a little bit more before you leave when we get done here.
Sure.
So I came into contact over Instagram with this girl who lives here. Her name is Maya. And she runs a podcast called What Was Her Name? And the premise of the podcast is that it's audio only as far as I know. But it's basically just a platform for women who have had, abusive relationships of varying degrees, and they tell their story.
That's cool as fuck.
And then most importantly, obviously, how they got out of it, how they're doing now, and what life is like post all of this abuse, right? And it's a really good, really good podcast. And I'm gonna have her here in a couple of months.
Hell yeah.
When she finishes her first season.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to have her here. I'm super excited for that. But I think because your friend lives here in Rio Rancho, and she does her podcast here at Albuquerque, I'd like to get them connected.
Sure. I'll ask Megan what she thinks about it. I don't know if she'll have time.
Right.
But I'll absolutely ask her about it, because
connected.
she has a story.
I'm sure.
A story. It's crazy. Her mom abandoned her in Florida when she was 14. It's crazy. And now they're like friends. They're like friends. It's insane.
Wow.
It's the coolest shit
so
ever.
I'd love to get them connected. That's awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll see what Megan. I'll ask her about it, because she was like, "What are you doing today?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just going down and getting featured on a podcast." And she was like, "What the fuck? That's dope."
It's not as cool as you think, but it's gonna be fun. I hope.
I was like, I mean, it's just talking into a microphone for like an hour, but other than that.
But what's that? Just to go back to what we were talking about, that's awesome, and I'm glad, because what I was really worried about, to be completely frank, was that you were gonna tell a story of a religious-based program that sucked your money out, but gave you nothing on the religious side, gave you nothing of like what God not that I could ever claim to know what God actually is, what it represents, but I mean, like, for you to not even come out affected by the word of God would be so fucking disheartening.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they do their best. All right. Like, I know I've talked a lot of shit, and I think they're shady as hell, but they are like,
you have a very questioning nature anyway.
Yeah, I do. So. I do. And with religion, unfortunately, there's many questions that just simply cannot be answered and never will be answered.
Right.
But they couldn't answer my questions, but a lot of the people that they brought in could. And
that's important.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all good. But it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
you know? Like, it helped me, for sure. You just have to stay the whole time. Like, and that's the hardest fucking part, because you're allowed to leave whenever you want.
That's challenging.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, so I was there for a year. I was there for a whole fucking year. And that was hard. It was a long time. So, I mean, kudos to anyone who's in recovery in general, even if you only went to rehab for like 3 months. Sometimes that works for people.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me, but I mean, hey, more power to the people it helps. And it's fucking hard, dude. It's a journey for sure.
So
pretty
now your life post rehab, you are 15 months sober.
Yeah.
What is this like now that you're back in the real world and that you're
Garbage. I fucking hate it here, dude. I fucking hate it here. No, I mean, yes, but no. I hate having to work. I hate having to have a job. I hate money as a concept, and also literally hate money. I just hate it because I want more of it all the time. And again, it's like, and now that I have this like background of like Christian beliefs and like what I truly believe in my heart is true and right, it's really hard to find jobs that like align with those values or like and that pay enough or like whatever it is. And I'm still struggling. I'm going to school at the same time. I go to school full time also. I'm going to be a mortician. So yeah.
okay.
Sorry to bring it up at the
You don't
end.
find a lot of people that like are like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Now, granted, you say that, and I'm not surprised. To be
Yeah.
honest, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, I know.
So okay,
neither.
so you're going to school now, and do you find yourself having any kind of challenges with like staying on like the path, like?
I mean, like the straight and narrow, you mean? Because like I'm not.
What is sobriety like for you, pretty much?
It's easier now, honestly. Like now that it's been like a year and almost a half. Like once you hit like 2 years, a lot of your brain chemistry has basically come back to normal.
You're rewired almost.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't crave using anymore, which is really nice.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I don't really ever have the desire to use, but I am cripplingly afraid of relapsing. Like afraid all the time. Like just driving down here from Santa Fe in my dad's car was kind of triggering for me because last time I did that, I had stolen his car to drive it here to buy heroin.
Oh wow.
And he gave me his permission, obviously. Like he was like, "Yeah, take my car." I wasn't like, "All right, bye, Dad." But it was just like a weird feeling. It was like I don't have to, I feel like, oh my God, like I have to hurry up and get there and blah, 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 because Dad can't find out. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Dad knows you have his car. He knows where you are. He knows what you're doing. And you told him the truth. So it's
Yeah.
just weird. Like I catch myself glitching. Like I'll be like, oh my God, wait, what lie did I tell people? And it's like, no lie. You told the truth. You're going to the place that you actually said you were going. And it's like, oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
no.
that's got to be such a kick.
It's a
just to know that you are what you say you are.
It's very freeing, extremely freeing, especially because it's given me a confidence that I did not have before. Like I know who I am and I know what I'm doing, and I might not be the best at everything, but like I can say, hey, I'm going to go to Circle K and I'm going to grab a vape, and that's all I'm going to do. And if I'm going to go to Circle K and I'm going to grab a vape, I'm going to come home, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not meeting anyone.
Yeah.
It's nice, but I also struggle because I like weed and I like alcohol. And I personally don't think it matters as long as because I have a lot of people around me who can hold me accountable. I've asked them all several times. I'm like, hey, here are the signs of me and like active addiction. Here's what it looks like before I relapse or like whatever the fuck it is. If you notice me doing any of these things, I'm going to deny it. I don't care. You need to talk to me about it. Like you need to sit me down and talk. If you notice me going off the deep end on any of these things, I need you to tell me. And they're all like, yeah, we agree. That's fine. And my mom is an alcoholic, so I live with her. And she came home so shit-faced yesterday. It was like embarrassing. I had to help her walk from her friend's car to the house, and it was just like, God damn it! Like, I drink and I smoke weed. I don't drink a lot, but at like parties and shit. Like I'll go to someone's house, we'll have a drink. Like it's my sister's 21st birthday on May 21st. I'm going to have a fucking drink. Like on May 5th. Yeah, I'm going to 21. She's 21, dude. On May 5th, she's turning 21 years old.
Casey's
turning 21. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That is weird.
So like I'm going to drink, but a lot of people in like recovery circles have a problem with that. Like a lot of people, which I get it. It's a hard line to walk. A lot of people swear that never worked for them. And so far for me, I don't have a problem, but that could change at any point. Like I might find out like, oh shit, they're right. Like you can't drink and be sober at the same time. So I'm going to stop drinking. Hasn't come to that point yet. Same with like nicotine and weed. Like all it does is help me with my stress. So like sometimes I want to get high and play Phasmophobia. Okay. with my friends. So that's the only struggle I've kind of had is like internally my own struggle with that. Because I feel like after it being in that really rigid environment where like if they found out that I was using nicotine, that's considered a relapse and I'm out. So like, you know, I have a lot of guilt from the way that they would talk about it and stuff like that.
That's
and
interesting.
Isn't it? I think it's very interesting. I get it, but you can drink a gallon of coffee a day, and that's fine.
Right, because I mean, caffeine is as much of a drug as nicotine is.
Yeah,
or tobacco.
If we're gonna do that, then like let's do it.
What stimulates the brain?
Yeah, and
that's what
how
you're
it
breaking.
exactly.
That's what you're breaking it down.
A
to.
chemical that alters brain function.
Yeah.
Caffeine absolutely does that. It just does it in a way that you like. So you know. That's the only struggle I've really had so far. That and just constantly being afraid of making any mistake because I'm afraid the people around me are going to think I'm using again.
Interesting.
Because I don't know why, but I just am like, well, but if I do that and then if I'm late, they're going to think I'm using again. It's like, probably not.
So,
Probably not.
you've mentioned that you do have that established circle of people that's super important. That
Yes.
support system's great.
Yeah.
And you have this like, hey, if X, Y, and Z is happening, you should probably check in or you should
Yeah.
probably investigate,
100%.
right? Do you have like any sort of like check-in system or like, hey, this is what I'm doing today? Or it's like,
Yeah. Not really.
like an
because-
accountability system,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. I live with Thomas and my mom, so
Okay.
I see them pretty much all the time. There's no like established system for how we do it, but I do like tell them like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. They'll ask like, what are you doing today? Where are you going? And not in like
Right.
a weird way, but just in a way that normal people do it. I
Right.
guess.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
and so and then I tell them, and then it's true, and then I go do that. It's weird. It seems too easy.
Yeah.
Like feels like I went from playing chess to checkers, and I'm like, this can't be right. You know, like it can't be this simple. Like that can't. I must be hiding some shit, right? And then I'm like, what if they think that? What if they think I'm hiding something? And then I go into this hole of, it's the borderline personality disorder. But I was just like, that's the hardest thing for me is being really afraid of failure or like making any mistake. Also because I've always been afraid of that. Unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist, and so when I don't get things perfect, I'm really afraid that they're going to be like, that was a sign that you told me would happen if you were about to relapse or whatever. And they have never done that because obviously, like, you're just having a bad day. You can lay in bed. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But that's been something I struggle with recently. Is just like, I feel like I have to convince everyone around me I'm clean. But I don't.
Well, I mean, I understand it for sure.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, where that's coming from. Do you still have to take any kind of psychotropic medication?
Yeah, I take
Okay.
meds.
Okay.
Still, I see a psychiatrist and a therapist weekly. I see the therapist weekly, my psychiatrist like once every 2 months. And I am on psych meds. That hasn't changed. They help me a lot, especially now that I'm
Right.
sober.
Exactly.
So they can actually work. It's pretty cool. I enjoy it. You know, I have insurance now, so I don't have to pay $500 for my meds every time I pick them up. Yeah.
Oh, I hate the healthcare system
so
of this
do I.
country.
So do I.
hate it so much.
Like just one of my medications is $357.
Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
I know, dude. It's like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, that's what I do now.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And sometimes sometimes I like to like get tipsy and play like stupid old GameCube games with Thomas or like
Good.
yeah, you know, just fucking have fun, you know, like once a week because I work all the time. Just like have a fun day and allow
like
myself to do that.
your job needs decompression. And I'm gonna be honest. Like, so here's okay. So again, your job
Yes.
is fucking among the most stressful you
It's
can
hard.
have. I believe this side of something like a police officer,
Or like emergency
firefighter,
medicine.
military,
Yeah.
emergency medicine, like like straight up just civilian jobs.
Yeah.
Yours is one of the
Yeah.
most stressful.
It's
so
very
like
stressful.
the fact that you're 15 months sober and then you go and choose a super stressful
What
job.
the fuck was I thinking?
Right. Well, no,
I could do this.
do you think that like imposing? Because I was talking about this last night because I went on my buddy's podcast and we were talking about like imposing stress on yourself, like
Yeah.
choosing stress, right? So I firmly believe that like no matter what, whether it's a job, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally going like going to school and stressing yourself that way, whenever you impose stress on yourself and you impart like some sort of violence upon yourself.
Yeah.
other aspects of life get easier because you're like,
Yeah.
not only is this thing extremely hard in whatever proportion hard is, I am choosing to do it. I am making
Like a
myself
fucking
do
idiot.
this so that when anything else comes up, I can better manage.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's an aspect for you?
I feel like that's kind of the metaphor for my entire life. Like, I really did at first just do meth to see what it was like. Are you fucking retarded? Like, but like, that's the reason a lot of people do it. And it's also like, I just wanted to see what it was like. Because I could sit here all day and look down at meth addicts or observe their behavior and be like, oh, that's crazy, weird. Bleh. But like, I would never know unless I took the drug. And like, now I have. So I think I'm much more better. It's weird, like the set of skills that my life so far has left me with now. Like I can do quite a few things that most people can't do, like administer anything intravenously, or like know where to inject an EpiPen or Narcan, or know how to administer Narcan correctly, or how to check a pulse, or how to give a bed bath, or like how to use a lift and stuff like that. It's weird. And so I'm hoping that that's because fate or God have set me up for a cool life in the future. But right now I'm still kind of just fucking around trying to make enough money to move out. So kind of just stuck in this little limbo for a little bit. But I'm very excited for like the future, which is weird to say out loud. Because like I'm finally like going in a direction, you know, like I'm in school full time and I'm working full time, which is like, why the fuck would you ever do that to yourself? But, you know, I have good grades, and except for in philosophy, fuck that class. And, I hate that class. And then I'm sober. Yeah. Which is weird. I forget about that all the time. 'Cause it's just like, yeah, I just don't do drugs anymore. Isn't that what most people do every day? It's just not do heroin. So sometimes it can be kind of easy to like be hard on myself and be like really like, you know, like, come on, dude, you're not doing your best. Like, you're not doing as good as you can. And then like, I kind of have to remember like where I was like 2 years ago. Like, you've come pretty far, dude. Like, you know, you're doing all right. No one's expecting you to be fucking CEO right now. Like, you're fine. You're doing the best you can. So it's nice because I remember distinctly wanting to actually die, like every day for like 15 years. I just wanted to be dead. I couldn't wait to go away from this place. And now I'm actually like pretty excited. So it's really nice. And my psych meds are also working. So now I'm like looking forward to the future. And there is a future that I can conceptualize and care about. So like now my actions here affect that. So I have to care about my actions right now. And I'm really bad with money. I just spend it arbitrarily on anything. So that's another thing I'm struggling with. But, you know, it's kind of weird. It's weird. I'm like almost 25. It's weird.
I am really fucking happy for you.
Thank you.
I cannot express that enough.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
really fucking happy
because you've
for
known
you.
me for a long time. You've known me
longer than I'm willing to admit right now.
for a long time.
I've known both of you longer
10 years
than I'm
almost.
longer than
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking old.
Yeah, I do.
Longer than 10 years.
Yeah, it's been what, 12?
We're going on 12.
That's stupid.
We are all going on
That's
12.
crazy. Yeah. So you knew me when I was like, because high school was rough for me, and then after high school was just fucking hell. So like, you know, I'm glad. I know that it doesn't do anything, because like when I was in that place and people would be like, it gets better, I promise. It was like, no, it doesn't. Fuck you. It's only getting worse, and it just continued to get worse forever. And then one day it wasn't worse. So it did get better, but I had to wait a long time. So I mean, you know, I think it's worth it if you wait, though. Then just not kill yourself. You should probably not do that. Just, you know, give it like another day or two at least. Try it out, you know. Might find someone you like, or like a song that you like. And then it'll make it worth it for like a week, you know. Sometimes just one day at a time. That's what they mean.
I'm so fucking happy for you.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
Thank you very much. I'm happy for me too, because I feel like I've earned it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've earned it. I feel like
Yeah.
I've earned this little, and I'm still struggling a lot with like stress, because school
Yeah.
and work at the same time is a lot, but
No, yeah.
nothing compared to the kind of stress I used to have. So,
Yeah.
you know, I might not be able to do school and work at the same time. I'm considering going part-time with my job, but
Yeah.
you know.
No, it is tough. That's
Yeah.
very tough. You have 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, straight up. But the nice thing about the caregiver and working 12 hours is I can do my homework at work.
Right.
So it's not horrible.
Yeah.
But it's not great.
Yeah, and you know, you bring up the point where you're doing things and you're telling the truth. And,
And
one
that's
of
weird.
and like one of the greatest pieces of advice I've ever heard is from Jordan Peterson, and it's always it's so simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always tell the truth, but at a bare minimum, never lie. Do
Yeah.
your best to tell the truth, but never lie.
Yeah, which I would agree with.
Like, because you can't always tell the truth.
Yeah, you can't
It's
always
not
be super
possible.
blunt.
But you can always choose not to lie.
Yeah, you can. And that was hard too, because like when you're an addict, that's your life is lies. Like you have to lie and keep track of all these lies, and make sure you remember who you lied to about what and what you told them and all this stuff, and you have to make sure they connect somewhere. It's fucking stressful. But not lying is almost harder for me now because it's like I instinctively just want to lie. I feel like I have to. I don't. I'm a very truthful person, but that's gotten me in more trouble than anything else has in my life. Like, I told the truth all the time at Teen Challenge, and I got in trouble for it a lot. Like, we'd go up and we'd do our testimonies, and I'd be like, yeah, I was forced to come here. I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't think this program works for me. I think it's worked for many other people. I believe in the program. I think that if you know someone who needs help, it's worth a shot to bring them here. But I personally don't fuck with it,
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of shit that goes down that I don't agree with. And, like, it's weird. Not a fan, Like, they won't let you be on, like, Megan had to fight to get on birth control pills to regulate her cycle because she had such horrible cramps. And she was like, I need something to help with that because I'm dying. And they were like, oh, slut. And it was like, okay. It was weird. It was very, I lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, extremely conservative, in the middle, like Edgewood, New Mexico, country ass place with a bunch of white Christians for a year. So it was quite a culture shock. And I mean, me, like I did not fit in there. I made them laugh quite a lot, but like, I tell the truth and it gets you in trouble and it's harder, I think, than lying. Lying is like the easy way out. It's like the coward's way, because
It's certainly dependent on the environment.
Yeah, oh yeah.
For
Sometimes
sure.
you have to lie.
In a place like that, lying is incredibly beneficial. Now, granted, it's not going to benefit the outcome of what you're doing there because it's a rehab center.
You can get whatever you want done.
But yeah, like just at least sparing you from that moment of whether it's awkwardness or just straight up being verbally abused.
Yeah, or even just
right?
confronted and getting in trouble and admitting you made a mistake is hard.
Exactly.
It's hard to do. It's hard to look someone in the eye and be like, dude, what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. And that's still something I have trouble doing. I do it all the time, and it feels good to do it, but it's like, fuck, like it's so hard to do, especially because sometimes I'm like sitting there and I'll be like, damn, like all the shit I did to these people, and I'm still sitting here expecting them to forgive me for, you know what I mean? Even if it's for something so small. And it's kind of hard to like forgive yourself in that sense, and not even in like a you want to forgive yourself kind of way, but in a sense of like, you really don't deserve it, do you? Like, you don't really deserve to be forgiven or have this compassion shown to you in spite of what you've done. And that was also, I think, why I latched onto Christianity so tightly, because that's the whole message,
right?
That Jesus preaches is like, come to me, all you who are weary and broken, and I will give you rest. And that's what he did.
I have fit the qualifications.
Yeah, I'm like,
can I have my rest?
I am weary. I am burdened. May I come sit, sir? And he's like, yeah, plenty of room at the table. So
over the course of you going to rehab and now that you're out and you're back in the real world, do you think the rehab center set you into a place where you can forgive yourself and you can really come to terms with what your life was?
I don't know. Maybe. I think they could have done a better job, for sure. I think the shame-based logic doesn't do a lot to help, and I don't think that vicious punishment does a lot to help either. But at the same time, like there were sometimes where it's funny, there were sometimes when the punishment was so harsh for something that I had done that I was kind of forced to be like, that's bullshit. Actually, what I did wasn't actually that bad. Like, it's actually okay. I just made a mistake and I'm a human and that's okay.
You could start compartmentalizing.
Yeah, but
and
only because I was arguing with somebody. Yeah. That was the only way I could forgive myself, is if I was arguing against somebody else, which helped me because I had to fight for myself. I had to argue in favor of myself a lot, and be like, no, actually, that's fucking dumb. Like, that isn't going to help me learn from this experience. I understand what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I agree that I should be punished, but this is not the punishment doesn't fit the crime kind of shit.
You know, and advocating for yourself is, I would say, more often than not, that is a skill that someone learns through very negative circumstances, but it's a very important one. If you don't figure out a way to stand up for yourself and say, hey, no, this is wrong. Like you were saying, it's like you are talking to me in a way that is making me feel bad. It's hurting my feelings. You're making me whatever the plethora of emotions you're going through, or it's, hey, you're treating me poorly, whether you're a friendship, a relationship, whatever it is. Like, hey,
a boss, a student, anybody.
People, I think that's a very human problem, especially today, where we live in this. You know, the society we live in is so focused on like getting accepted and getting loved getting fitting in, you know, sucking up to the boss so you get the promotion, or at least sucking up to make your coworker look bad, or like being that top, whatever
being
it is.
better than the next guy.
But when you get to the point where you need to set boundaries, and a lot of people forego that so they can get more money, so they can get a nicer house, a nicer car.
Yeah, it's very passive.
It's like, I get it. Like, you want a material thing to make you feel better, but what are you sacrificing?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you willing to sacrifice your virtue
or
and
your
sacrifice your dignity?
Yeah. And I wasn't. And that was a really interesting lesson that I learned, was I actually am not willing to sacrifice my dignity. I tried and I could not do it. I was like, you can't fucking talk to me like that. Like, I refuse to let anybody speak to me that way anymore. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get to talk to me like that. I don't get to talk to me like that. Fuck you.
And then do you feel like going through the low points that you did with drugs, like that showed you what it's like to be the lowest version of yourself?
Yeah, and to be the lowest version of any person. Like, people walking down the street hate you for no reason other than you're a drug addict. The people around you hate you because you have more money, or you do this or that. And you hate the people around you because they've stolen from you, or they took your drugs when you weren't looking, or they said they hit the bowl twice, but you know for a fact they hit it 3 fucking times because you were in the bathroom for like 5 minutes and you heard the lighter going the whole time. So, like, you know they were hitting it 3 times. Okay, and you took my fucking drugs. And that was the kind of shit that I dealt with every day. And 100% put it into perspective, where it was like, dinner was half an hour late. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. Actually, that's pretty good. That's good. We're eating dinner. We're eating dinner. We're eating a meal that I prepared. 30 minutes late, but we're eating a meal that I prepared. So that's pretty good, actually. I'm fine with that. I'll make that trade, you know? So yeah, now I'm struggling with it because I'm kind of dealing with the effects of it. Like, my sister, she has a boyfriend, and his brother is an alcoholic who recently just came to stay with his mom in Arizona because he's such a bad alcoholic. And my sister was really struggling with the stuff that her boyfriend and his mom were telling her, because she was like, it just reminds me so much of you. Like, everything they're going through, like all of the things they're telling me and what he's doing, like, it just reminds me so much of when you were using, and like me and mom had to, like, you know, like every day prepared for a call that you're dead, like that kind of stuff. And it really triggered her. Like, she was really upset about it. And like, obviously, like, you know, all I can do is be there and be supportive, but it was really hard to like look that in the face and like just see the damage that you've caused, you know? Because for a long time, I even told Thomas, like, before I went to rehab, I was like, I just feel like a fucking tornado. And like, everywhere I look, I just look behind me and it's just wreckage. Like, everything I touch is like irreparably damaged. Like, I can never, you know, it felt so hopeless. I was like, everywhere I look, it's just destruction, and I did it on purpose. And like, I can't ever come back from this, you know? Like, how am I supposed to live a normal life? How am I supposed to be sober when I look at everyone around me and they hate me and they look at me with those eyes, you know? And it's a lot easier now because I've worked on myself and truly changed, but like, it's hard still when that kind of stuff comes up. Because I was like, I offered, I was like, I'll talk to, you know, his brother or him and his mom, but like, bottom line is, I'm not a therapist, and I'm not here to make anybody feel better. Like, he's either going to go to rehab or he's going to die, and you cannot let him stay in your house and drink anymore. That's period. Like, you just can't do that. I'm sorry. So that was kind of weird. That's been harder now. Like, the longer I am, just kind of the more, like, earlier I was on the phone with Thomas, and he was just like, I'm kind of just feeling anxious. Like, I feel like something's up because I'm here, you know, like, I get it. I do. And it just hurts my heart. Cause like, I get it. And it makes perfect sense. And it's my fault, you know?
But that open communication is so important, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? The fact that he can bring that to you and you not feel insulted.
And make it about me and fucking... Like, well, you're just like I used to.
And it doesn't turn into a fight. It turns into like a, hey, like, and now granted I can't speak, but I imagine it's like, hey, like, I get it.
Yeah.
However, like
I'm good.
Yeah.
I promise I'll call you later. Like, I'm driving to Albuquerque. You know, like, it just makes me feel bad because, like, I see, like, the fear in these people's eyes, and I'm afraid of the same thing. Like, they've seen what I'm capable of, like, the worst things that I'm capable of, you know, and that hurts my heart that, first of all, that I had to, that people saw that and I am still living and have to, like, look them in the face. But that they still love me and respect me as a person is really hard to come to terms with. It's really hard to come to terms with because so many times I'll be like, I'm a piece of shit. Why do you still love me? Like, how? Like, in what universe? I would never forgive me if I were you. And then when I really sit down and think about it, I'm like, okay, yes, I would. Like, yes, I would. Like, you know, but it's really hard. That can be a really hard thing is kind of like looking at the destruction that you've left in your wake and then having to be there to help patch it up. And you have to be selfless about it. Like, it's not about me. This is about what I did to them. Like, I don't have any room to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But like, no, this is not the time for that. This is the time to show them that you are different. Like, this is the time to do the other thing, do a different thing than you would have done before. That's the time. Like, when she comes to you and says, I'm just so overwhelmed because this reminds me of you, instead of being like, oh my God, like, well, I'm so sorry. Like, I know I was such a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. Instead of doing that, I can offer solutions and I can be there for her in a way that I never used to be and, like, would have never been capable of being if I was still using. And it's just kind of hard having to do that, you know? It's not bad all the time, but sometimes, like, in times like that, it's like, ugh.
Well, when it's, like you said, when it's literally staring at you in the face and you have to deal with, you know, these consequences. Like, you're in season 5 dealing with the decisions you made in season 2, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
dude.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, consequences.
So now moving forward and you're
Well.
Yeah. Look how the turntables.
the consequences of my own actions.
Yep, that's me.
So now moving forward, you know, with what you're doing with your life, what made you decide with mortician?
Well, I am
a morticiologist.
Mortician. I'm no stranger to dead bodies. And also, I've always wanted to be in, like, the medical profession. I love medicine. I love science. It's, like, one of my favorite things. And I also love art, and I love music and all that shit. And I like business, and I like I just like stuff. All right, I'm a liker of stuff. All right, and so I was like, I couldn't find a career path. I'm like 2 fucking credits away from a degree in fine arts because I'm an idiot. And I dropped out of school for that because I was like, I can draw. I don't need someone to teach me how. I'm better than everyone in this class. Like, I already know how. I'm good, actually. So instead, I was just kind of like looking at stuff and I was like, damn, like, what the fuck do I want to do? Like, I have to pick something now, which is kind of bullshit in my opinion, but whatever. I have to pick something now and I have to stick with it for at least 10 years. That's the luck of the draw. So I was looking into it, and I was like, being a mortician is actually really fucking cool, because not only do some of them perform autopsies, like if you want to be a coroner or like a forensic mortician, stuff like that, but you basically embalm the body, so you drain it of blood, and then you pump embalming fluid through the veins, and you have to do all the shit with the skin, wire the jaw shut, and you put makeup on it, you dress them for the funeral, you sell the caskets, you put them in the casket, you run the funeral at the funeral home that you own, and you arrange for it to be buried. You own a hearse. You drive bodies to the cemetery in the hearse.
One of the coolest cars you have ever had was that Mini Cooper.
The hearse,
that was styled as a hearse. That was
dope.
One of the most
I love that car.
badass fucking cars you
Love
ever
that
had.
Car. Such a cool car. I missed her. Totaled her on the highway. Sorry, babe. So yeah, it's just cool. And so you run a business because you have this mortuary and you embalm people or cremate them or like whatever it is that the family wants done. And depending on their cultural beliefs, you perform, you know, a different kind of burial depending on what their beliefs are. And you get to do a bunch of shit. It's cool. And then like you also have a medical degree because you have to, because you're embalming dead bodies and potential pathogens. You're dealing with blood and bodily fluid and also makeup. And like it's cool. It's just like a cool fucking job. And I don't think a lot of people want to do it. And I don't think a lot of people could do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a daunting task,
yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, and like a lot of people, even just the prospect of like being in a room with like being in a morgue. Like that's like the setting of many horror games.
I would say I've played too many zombie games and watched zombie movies, man.
Yeah, some people have a real fear of it, and I mean it makes sense. But I'm not afraid of the dead, and I'm not afraid to die. And I also think that it would be really important because you deal with the families, like the recently bereaved, you know, and that's part of your job too, is like, you have to talk to the families and basically sell them a funeral. And, help them grieve. Like they just lost their loved one, and it's a really stressful event because all of a sudden you have to dish out like 15 grand for a funeral and a casket and a burial plot and all this shit. And it can be really hard. And I think I'm a really good, like I'm easy to talk to. I think I could really help some people, make that at least as painless as it possibly can be for them. And they would know that I would know that I'm treating their dead with respect. I'm doing exactly what they ask of me and nothing more, nothing less. I won't do anything they don't ask me to do, and they will be able to actually trust me to do that. And I'll live a life of integrity, and like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like sounds like a dope job. So, and I'm not afraid of the dead. It doesn't bother me. Everybody dies, and we're in a pandemic, so I'll have a lot of business. People are always dying. I'll never be out of a job.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You've painted a way better picture than the one I had in my head of this job. Mm-hmm. And I mean, not to turn this into a fucking Hallmark movie, but you're literally turning the bullshit and trauma that you went through into something extremely positive for strangers, nonetheless.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hope, I hope so, because I'm pretty funny. I like to think I'm pretty funny, and I think that the things that help me, because I've lost a lot of people too in my life, not just like my friends, but like my grandma died. Both my grandmas died, and that was really hard for me. Sounds dumb, but dude, when dogs die, it's fucking, or any animal, like if you have a pet, that shit is hard. Like, death is hard. It's hard to deal with. It's really hard to accept and to have that thing. And I really hope that I'm going to be able to be a kind of person who like helps people move through that by being able to say, like, I have experienced this before. I'm very sorry. Like, what can I do to help? Here's what I do. This, and the other thing. I also draw. So like, I could potentially like draw a portrait of the deceased if they wanted me to do that. Like, stuff like that. Like, I think it would be it's a good opportunity. I think it's really cool. Plus, it's the gothest profession. So that's pretty tight. I can have as many tattoos as I want. I can look however the fuck I want, and I still own a business and make money. And it's like legit. And then I can still kind of like do whatever I want I can look how I want. I can live how I want. Like, it's cool. It's a very, it's a very sophisticated, like, I appreciate that about the profession, is that it really encourages autonomy. Because I want to look weird as fuck. Like, I want all kinds of weird shit done to my body. Like, I want my tongue split. I want all kinds of weird shit. And so, and when you walk into a morgue, that's not surprising. Like, you walk into a morgue, this tattooed bitch shows up with like a split tongue and black eyes, and you're like, that's about right. Yeah. I bet she knows what she's fucking doing, and I think that's pretty cool. And I can make people laugh. And that was the thing that helped me the most when a lot of people died around me, is when we would laugh. Like, we would remember stupid stories like my grandma did, and like, we'd laugh. And that was like really helpful, and being able to, just kind of like be a little light in this really dark place for them, I hope. Sometimes it won't always work, obviously, but sometimes. And other than that, I can just do my best, like, and that's good enough.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's so great. I'm glad that like it's dope to find something that you're interested in and you want to like pursue and
finally
go to schooling for and do all that kind of stuff. But to like, the more it's obvious the way you speak about it, the more you've looked into it, the more a passion and a genuine interest has grown for that.
It's cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say before we head out of here, and I did my fucking damnedest to find it before he became, but I know I have both of them. So I still have, because I just moved here like 2 months ago, I think.
Right, you
or
were
so,
telling
a
me.
month and a half, 2 months ago. I still have from high school. You drew me.
Oh, the Spider-Man?
So you hand drew me Spider-Man, but you digitally drew me Robin. And I have
I forgot about. I don't even know what that looks like anymore.
They look the Spider-Man is very Andrew Garfield-esque, and it's great. And the Robin is something out of a fucking comic book.
Really?
It's great. It's fucking great.
I don't remember drawing that
I will
at all.
find it and send you a picture of it.
That's cool. Okay,
but
hell
I still
yeah.
have them.
Hell
They're
yeah.
fucking awesome.
I don't do digital art much anymore, but I really want to get back into it. That was fun.
That used to be your shit for the longest time.
Yeah, I like traditional art. I just like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just do. Digital art's hard.
Well, look, it's so funny. And this always, I don't know how many times I've fucking said this, but we did not cover like half the shit that we were going to.
Well, you can have me on for another
Yes, I want to very very badly.
Very poorly.
Very
reluctantly.
I feel poorly about not getting to that. That's what my brain was focusing
That's
on.
fine.
But no, this has been awesome. And
Well,
like,
maybe if people like me, then you can have me on. If not, they're like, get this bitch out of here.
I would do this shit for 0 views as long as I have fun.
Cool. All
as
right,
long
yeah,
as me
amen.
and my guests are
Amen.
having fun, that's all I give a fuck
Cool.
about.
Tight.
But seriously, like I am so like you look great.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're doing great.
Thank y'all.
Because there's no fucking joke.
No, it's really. I mean,
know.
no, it's not. You're right. No, it's not.
It can be a joke, but
has to be or I'm gonna cry about it.
Yes, but it's no fucking
Yeah.
joke, and
It's kind of crazy.
I really appreciate you being so open about it.
Thank you.
And you being so candid about it.
Thank you.
Because that's really important. Like I was
You
telling.
can't sugarcoat shit.
Yeah, I was
man.
telling my girlfriend when I was coming back from taking a piss, this is a prime example of like, don't get me wrong, I love shooting shit with Joey and we get into some really heated conversations.
Yeah, oh
and
yeah.
I love
Hell yeah.
I keep bringing him up. My buddy Springer, me and him, we had a 5-hour episode where we went the hardest fuck. We got hammered, plastered.
Okay,
gone.
can I be in the next one?
Ah,
That sounds like
yeah.
so much fun.
But you know, as much as I love doing that, being able to have this conversation and have these type of conversations that are super fucking. If one person hears this and they get affected
Yeah.
by it, or at least opens their mind, that's why I love doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like that's an aspect of this that I didn't know I would need in my life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
absolutely.
So I'm really fucking thankful.
Thank you. Well,
for
thank
the way
you for having
approach this.
thank you for having me on. I'm very honored to be featured as a king. You know.
Yeah, for a podcast
Yeah.
with the logo that it does, I'm glad that this came out of it.
OnlyKings.
Yeah.
Only. But it's fine because I'm a king, so it's fine. Is that right?
Yeah. So thank you very much, Joey. Thank you for doing this again.
Joey, don't let it happen again.
Always appreciative. Are you wearing two? No, it's your Fitbit thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's wearing two watches.
Fucking gay ass bitch.
And
I get asked that so much, dude.
That's fine. Well, you technically are. Your Fitbit is a watch, right?
Kind of.
It is a watch.
And
It tells time.
yeah, this has been fucking awesome, man.
Thank you.
so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
everyone for listening and or watching.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye everybody. This episode of the OnlyKings podcast is brought to you by OrganicPricedBooks.com. Guys, there's not been a better time to get into collecting comics, and OrganicPricedBooks.com has multiple formats such as the Omnibus, Deluxe Hardcover, and trade paperbacks at huge discounts, such as The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5, originally at $125, marked down to $80. Use my discount code NOAH, NOAH, at checkout for an additional discount on top of what you're already getting, which can range from anywhere between 25 to 42% off. Again, OrganicPricedBooks.com, discount code NOAH, NOAH, for an additional discount.